deja vu when I'm running up these racks. It's like I'm stuck in time. It's like a curse, and I can't escape it. It's like deja vu. It's me, Zeus. It's deja vu when I'm running up these racks. I'm like the Terminator screaming, I'll be back. It's deja vu. Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. First class. It's like every week I gotta take out the trash. I'm on top of my game, ahead of the class. You can tell that I made it. Look at my grass. Cars in the garage. How you doing? Tanks full of gas. I play the game so raw. Good morning, Sylvia of JTA. This is how it's supposed to happen when you're rich and famous. The algorithm turned me to a maniac. Yeah, I guess we going viral cause my Zodiac. I got all these numbers on my spreadsheet. Benjamin Franklin is my last name. Right, Evan? And if they use my ex, that mean they left me. They don't get me pops if they text me. I say it with my chest cause I mean it. Oh, got a lot of confidence and I'm conceited. Call me the master with a new whip. Uh-oh, here it goes. I'ma take off in a spaceship. Here you go.
I'll tell you what, I haven't gone into Zeus's live in a couple of days. That shit was radical.
Really, keep it clean.
It was horrible. I'm like, Zeus has gone way off the rails.
Oh. It's like deja vu. Yeah, we folks. It's like deja vu. They come up with so many different excuses. Like deja vu. Every day. It's like deja vu. All right. Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Once again, we are back in the Thunderdome. Thank you. I am your host. I'm your pilot. And once again, we are gathered here to do the real work it takes to save this country from the evil clutches of Donald J. Trump and his legion of MAGA demons, who we all understand are hell-bent on honestly trying to destroy the greatest, well, it used to be the greatest country on the planet. And who better to do it for you, ladies and gentlemen, than myself? And they say, well, who are you? Let me see if we can give you a little bit of the visual. Well, it's a great question. I go by the name Zeus, or some like to say Triple H. And why do they call me Triple H? Well, it's quite simple. The first H it's because I am honest. I am really the most honest person on social media. Hands down. There's nobody more honest than me, all right? The second H is because I am humble. Listen, if I get it wrong, I'll be the first to apologize. But here's the thing. Just because I hurt your feelings, does that mean that I owe you an apology? Absolutely not. For instance, and I'll get to the third H, but many of you saw me immediately get requested into Wildman 69's live yesterday. And I told him the unadulterated truth about himself, and I'll get into that. And it got so overwhelming for him that he had to call for backup. He had like 6 demons in there. I think it was 7 because you know what? He had 2 in him. And I told him the truth. And guess what? After that, he went back to his little place that he cries on his couch and started crying. Zeus hurt my feelings. I don't care. I have to tell you the truth because you guys are sick. All right. So, and if that means he ends up unfollowing me, do I care? Absolutely not. I'd rather I'd rather have you unfollow me than to go straight to hell with you. That's a W, Zeus. I'd rather you unfollow me than to end up in hell trying to be friends with you. It's not going to happen, all right? So that's the second H. And then there's the last H, ladies and gentlemen, which is arguably one of the most important H's out there. It is truly because I am and will always remain, you've guessed it, the most handsome. Thank you, everyone. It's so nice to see every single one of you. And they hate it when I say I'm the most handsome, but the truth is the truth, all right? Now, many of you know what I do over here. We expose all the lies that Donald Trump tells. We expose the hypocrisy. As much as I talk about Donald Trump, I really want to make sure his supporters out there understand. I'm really just I'm laser focused on you. What I do not like is the fact that we can't get any honesty when we talk to you, and we have to spend so much time beating around the bush. And I'd hate to go back into it, but yesterday it was a great example. Navy mom. She was in Wildman's live. She tried to make the claim that E. Jean Carroll could not be trusted because she says 27 men have been falsely accused by E. Jean Carroll. So I said, well, Donald Trump has been accused by 40 plus women. She says, well, name the names. As soon as I started naming the names, her and the other MAGA demon in there, they just started crashing out. Oh, I know, it was the Russian bear. They just started crashing out. They wouldn't let me read the names. of the women who have accused their daddy of essaying, right? They just wouldn't let me do it because they know what that would have meant. That means they would have had to come to grips with the reality that Donald Trump is as disgusting as they come. Same thing with Wild Man. Well, Wild Man, if you believe that Big Zeus is racist, then give me an example of what I've done that proves that I'm a racist person. He couldn't do it. All he could do is talk about uh, Barack Obama and Joe Biden. This is where these folks are at. And some say it's cognitive dissonance, but I call it a strong demonic and evil spirit. All right. A lot of you are possessed with a strong demonic evil spirit, and you've allowed Donald Trump to be your puppet master in a way. Yeah. And you let him get away with calling himself Jesus and not a word has been said. All you guys do is slap his hand. Oh, he's just joking. You see JD Vance say he's just joking. And so on this show, I expose you liars in real time. And they don't like it when I talk about it. And they go, well, Zeus, you're racist because you talk about white crimes. So you could talk about black on black crime until the cows come home. But I mentioned the fact that most of these crazy unalivings that are going on in America, especially on the serial side of it, you look at the suspect, same suspect, typical white guy. Where did they come from? South Carolina, out in the woods somewhere, or maybe up there in northern Idaho somewhere. And what did he do? One of the most heinous acts. I can't talk about that, but you could talk about the immigrants coming into the country illegally, and you could talk about black on black crime. I say absolutely not. I'm not going to say crime isn't crime, but I'm not going to let the narrative be that all the crime in America is happening because of black and brown people. No, I understand very plainly right now, we got a lot of crime going on in the White House, and a lot of it is not even being recorded. Did you know that? Think about all the crimes that Donald Trump and his administration have been committing, all the fraud, all the people he's pardoning. It's undercounted. So no, I do not believe any of the crime statistics right now, because we understand right now that it's basically counting everything black and brown people do, but letting everything some of these folks who are coming from the ivory towers get away with, right? So what we'll do is we'll say this: are there any Trump supporters out there? Oh, they reported me already. Oh, they already reported me.
Silence, you MAGA demon.
You see how they do me on TikTok? And I'm one of the nicest people on this app, but yet I get the flags, I take the hate, I take the arrows. Zeus, you're not on the leaderboard. Zeus, you guys come up with every excuse in the book to try to stop me from telling these folks the truth. A lot of the things that I've been saying is true. I've been calling Donald Trump a demon for a while, right? They're triggered. Am I right, Kabira? Then you see Candace Owens yesterday, ladies and gentlemen. She ends up calling Donald Trump a demon. I said, yeah, I've been accurately diagnosing this man. They want to give it a medical diagnosis. I'm not going to take it as a medical diagnosis. I'm going to assume that this is that movie Exorcist, but now we're actually seeing it. W. Rick. So what I decided to do, ladies and gentlemen, is we're going to go through memory. We're going to go down memory lane a little bit. And I want to go through this DoorDash thing that the DoorDash and Donald Trump pulled off yesterday. How many of you believe this DoorDash delivery thing that Donald Trump did yesterday was a scam? Or how many of you believe it was staged? How many of you believe it was staged, right? So let's go into this, ladies and gentlemen, because we got to explain to MAGA how they continue. Unfortunately, I have to continue to explain to you Trump voters how Donald Trump is staging everything for you. And you all continue to fall for it. All right? So this is actually how it started. And they say this almost seems like a Saturday Night Live skit.
C-SPAN, bringing you democracy
This is real.
unfiltered. President Trump spoke to reporters outside the Oval Office after having McDonald's delivered via the online food ordering service DoorDash. He then took questions from reporters on several topics, including the ongoing conflict with Iran and a recent Truth Social post depicting himself as Jesus, which he denies, saying he thought it depicted him as a doctor.
Can y'all believe that this is real? This is real. This is really happening in the United States, ladies and gentlemen. And then let's get into the actual propaganda. Hold on. Oh my goodness, ladies and gentlemen. I mean, let's just get into the propaganda of this. So you saw the intro. Jesus. Here we go. Yeah, right here.
Nice to see you.
Nice to meet you. I have your DoorDash order for you, Mr. President.
Oh, that's very nice. Look at this. The reason for this is the fact that I heard you picked up an extra $11,000 because the tax bill was so big. The refund was the biggest you've ever had. Is that a correct statement?
Yeah, I saved over $11,000.
It's really, we call it the Great Big Beautiful Bill. We should call it the Great Big Beautiful Tax Cut Bill because it's tremendous amounts of money.
And are the White House good tippers? Do you know?
Wait.
Potentially.
Where do you get that
Yes,
dollar?
very.
And I especially want to thank you for being here.
Well, I want to thank you for the no tax on tips. It has helped my family out immensely, and I definitely appreciate it. Thank you.
Okay, all right, ladies and gentlemen. So that is that was unfortunately that was the commercial. So let's get to the behind the scenes now. This is the authentic footage. But MAGA, I'm so sorry to show you this, but this is just showing you an example of how Donald Trump stages stuff for y'all. And because you all are so weak-minded, you all fall for it. Now, this woman, by the way, she's actually, from what I've heard, she's done this before for Donald Trump before. She comes from Arkansas, but this is her shtick, so to speak. She shows up when MAGA needs some PR.
Oh, nice to see you.
Nice to meet you. I have your DoorDash order for you, Mr. President.
Oh, that's very nice. Look at this. This doesn't look staged, does it?
You heard what he just said. He said, "This doesn't look staged, does it?"
Order for you,
What?
Mr. President.
Oh, that's very nice. Look at this. This doesn't look staged, does it?
They're all your favorites.
That's right. These are good. DoorDash is doing a good job.
We
So,
try.
the reason for this is the fact that I heard you picked up an extra $11,000 that you didn't get because the tax bill was so big. The refund was the biggest you've ever had. Is that a correct statement?
It definitely was. Yeah, I saved over $11,000 by not having to claim.
So
Was that surprising to you?
now, how'd she save over $11,000 working at DoorDash? Where'd you get the McDonald's from, man? From what I understand, that's not possible to do in DC, and you just went right through security and gave the president of the United States 2 big bags of McDonald's. I'm showing you how ridiculous this looks.
It was very surprising. Very
The
surprising.
Great Big Beautiful Bill. And that doesn't include overtime in your case. This is only just based on what we did in terms of every other aspect of the tax bill, right?
Yes, sir.
So it was 11,000 savings.
Yes, sir.
Isn't that incredible? And that's what it is. The tax cut, it's really, we call it the Great Big Beautiful Bill. We should call it the Great Big Beautiful Tax Cut Bill because it's tremendous amounts of money. And that's overtime. That's also on Social Security, as you know.
Yes.
And it's pretty amazing.
Yes, it
Well,
is.
you're really nice. Would you like to do a little news conference with me with these people? These are not the nicest people. They're not nice like you. You know that, right?
I'll do whatever you ask me to do, sir.
So the no tax on tips is something special, right?
It's very special.
And that's the one that really pertains to you
Wow.
more than anything else.
Yes, sir.
It's fantastic. It's such an honor to meet you. And I think you voted for me, do you think?
Maybe.
Yeah.
Did you vote for me? She rolled her eyes. Maybe I voted for you. Oh, snaps. Oh,
I heard you're a great supporter. We appreciate it.
Thank you.
I'll put this over here.
oh, you put the McDonald's
Why
on the
don't we have a
floor.
news conference with
He
you?
put the McDonald's
Wanna
on
do
the
it?
floor.
You don't have to stay safe too much. I think you're looking about
Ah.
hormone straight and various other things. Do you have any questions?
Okay. All right, ladies and gentlemen. All right. So you get where I'm going with this, all right? We know it was staged, right? We know it was staged, all right? So what we'll do is we'll go back to something else that was staged, and I'm the person that has to bring it to you on TikTok, all right? Because it's necessary. It's really necessary that I continue to hammer home this point. So I've shared with you before. What was this right here? Let me see if I can get that. You can see that, right? You can see that, right? I don't know if you can see it. Okay, well, anyway, you can go look it up on the internet. You can go to Trisha Hope, all right? She is a person who worked for Donald Trump and has now turned on Donald Trump. But she says, after watching the DoorDash situation, there's more questions now about the Butler incident. So if you can't handle talking about Donald Trump's Butler incident, then do me a favor.
If you're not happy here, then you can leave, as far as I'm concerned.
Okay. She writes, I was a longtime Trump supporter. I became a national delegate to make certain Trump was seated as the nominee. While en route to Wisconsin, I learned of an attempt on Trump's life at the Butler rally. I was in the middle of having dinner at a restaurant in Little Rock, Arkansas. We immediately got the check and left. I was very upset. Prior to learning of the attempt on his life, I was scheduled to do an interview with the Washington Post. They had a reporter who was going to shadow me at the convention. He reached out to me after the pew-pewing in a way that I found lacked concern for Trump. So I canceled the interview and did not allow him to shadow me. The purpose of allowing them to follow me was to bring awareness to the J6ers. One of the hats I wore at the convention donned the image of 4 J6ers that now sits at the Smithsonian. At the convention, of course, there was massive concern for President Trump, and the consensus was it was divine intervention that saved Trump, and that we were all incredibly grateful. On the night that Trump spoke, he had the ear patch on, and many in the crowd did. As Trump began to speak, he started with this, quote, so many people have asked me what happened. Tell us what happened, please. And therefore, I will tell you exactly what happened, and you'll never hear it from me a second time, because it's actually too painful to tell. Do I have that? Do I have that, ladies and gentlemen? Do I have that real quick? Let's see if that's really what he said, ladies and gentlemen. Let's see if that's really what the demon said. What is this right here?
At that very last instant.
All right, MAGA, go ahead. Watch your daddy. Listen to your daddy. You remember this? Oh, this is what y'all all fell for.
Thank you very much.
Oh.
And we will do it right. Gonna do it right. Let me begin this evening by expressing my gratitude to the American people for your outpouring of love and support following the assassination attempt at my rally on Saturday. As you already know, the assassin's bullet came within a quarter of an inch of taking my life. So many people have asked me, what happened? Tell us what happened, please. And therefore, I will tell you exactly what happened, and you'll never hear it from me a second time because it's actually too painful to tell.
Wow. You hear that? You hear this? What does she say after that? So she says, as I stood on the convention floor, you could have heard a pin drop as he spoke. My first thought was, how odd for him to begin this way. He was nearly eliminated just a few days before, and yet he was declaring this would be the only time he spoke of it. That was my first red flag.
It was a warm, beautiful day in the early evening, in Butler Township in the great Commonwealth of Pennsylvania. Music was loudly playing, and the campaign was doing really well. I went to the stage, and the crowd was cheering wildly. Everybody was happy. I began speaking very strongly, powerfully, and happily, because I was discussing the great job my administration did on immigration at the southern border. We were very proud of it. Behind me and to the right was a large screen that was displaying a chart of border crossings under my leadership. The numbers were absolutely amazing. In order to see the chart, I started to, like this, turn to my right and was ready to begin a little bit further turn, which I'm very lucky I didn't do, when I heard a loud whizzing sound and felt something hit me really, really hard on my right ear. I said to myself, wow, what was that? It can only be a bullet.
Oh.
And moved my right hand to my ear, brought it down. My hand was covered with blood, just absolutely blood.
So let's go ahead and let's go look at that moment, ladies and gentlemen, if you don't mind. Let's see if that really was
20 million people.
So you can see the Secret Service
To our
clearing the crowd.
country, probably 20 million people. And you know, that's a little bit old, that chart. That chart's a couple of months old, and if you want to really see something that's said, take a look at what happened.
You see that, ladies and gentlemen? You see that? I mean, you see these angles. So what we see right here, ladies and gentlemen, is Donald J. Trump making up the story about what happened to him. All right, there you go.
All over the place. I immediately knew it was very serious, that we were under attack, and in one movement proceeded to drop to the ground. Bullets were continuing to fly as very brave Secret Service agents rushed to the stage, and they really did. They rushed to the stage.
So he's saying that they rushed to the stage. Let's see if we can get that, ladies and gentlemen. Let's see if we can get that rushing to the stage part. There we go. This is what I want to see.
Get Joe.
Look at all that. Yeah. Just wow. All right, but listen to how he tells it.
Great people, at great risk, I will tell you, and pounced on top of me so that I would be protected. There was blood pouring everywhere, and yet, in a certain way, I felt very safe because I had God on my side. I felt that.
I mean, and y'all fell for this. That's the crazy part. That's the crazy part. It's obviously staged, and y'all fell for this. God was on his side.
The amazing thing is that prior.
Hold on, God was on his side, but God wasn't on the side of the kids. Him and Epstein, was you know what, doing what they were doing with. God wasn't on those kids' side, but they were on Trump's side.
To the shot, if I had not moved my head at that very last instant, the assassin's bullet would have perfectly hit its mark, and I would not be here tonight. We would not be together. The most incredible aspect of what took place on that terrible evening in the fading sun was actually seen later. In almost all cases, as you probably know, and when even a single bullet is fired, just a single bullet,
just one,
and we had many bullets that were being fired, crowds run for the exits or stampede, but not in this case. It's very unusual.
Who fell for this?
This massive crowd of tens of thousands of people stood by and didn't move an inch. In fact, many of them bravely but automatically stood up looking for where the sniper would be. They knew immediately it was a sniper. And then began pointing at him. You can see that if you look at the group behind me. That was just a small group compared to what was in front. Nobody ran, and by not stampeding, many lives were saved.
Wow.
But that isn't the reason that they didn't move. The reason is that they knew I was in very serious trouble. They saw it. They saw me go down. They saw the blood and thought, actually, most did, that I was dead. They knew it was a shot to the head.
Whoa.
They saw the blood.
Really?
And there's an interesting statistic. The ears are the bloodiest part. If something happens with the ears, they bleed more than any other part of the body. For whatever reason, the doctor...
I mean, the way he's just laying it, he's putting it on really thick for you Trump voters. And a lot of us knew this when it went down, that this was all... There was just something really fishy about it. But looking where we're at right now, the DoorDash staged event, everything about Donald J. Trump is staged. So you get where that's going, ladies and gentlemen. Let's get back to what this woman says, Trisha Hope. She says, when people tell a lie, certainly a big one, it's tough to keep all the details straight, and doing so is an effort. In my opinion, Trump made that statement to stop any further conversation about what happened. Now, this is a Trump voter, someone who voted for him 3 times. This is now them saying they got questions. He gave us his official story. All right? Would only do it once, and that was the end of it. Now we all know no one loves Trump more than Trump. So to me, it felt completely out of character. Fast forward to the questioning of the Secret Service on how this was allowed to happen. If you look at the perfectly timed, iconic photo, Trump standing triumphantly, screaming, "Fight, fight, fight." Certainly this was divine intervention, right? Following the inauguration, I found it odd that Trump wasn't going aggressively after those who allowed this to happen. He seemed to have behaved like it was no big deal. His Secret Service detail failed him massively, allowing him to be pew-pewed, and they allowed that perfectly timed photo op to take place. Instead of his Secret Service detail being terminated, as they should have been, Trump made the gentleman in the white shirt the head of the Secret Service on January 22nd, 2025. Instead of losing his job, Sean Curran was given a massive promotion. Now, I want you to look critically at that photo. Where's that photo at, ma'am? All right, let me get that photo for you up, ladies and gentlemen. Let's go ahead and get that photo. MAGA, they can't handle all of this. They're sitting there going, Zeus, please. Please, Zeus, don't continue to expose the fact that Santa Claus ain't real. No, I got to expose it. Somebody has to. Somebody has to do it because you all aren't critical thinkers. There you go. There you go right there, ladies and gentlemen. Let's go ahead and look at it. You see this photo? There you go. There you go. Look at that. Now, I want you to look critically at this photo. They allowed President Trump to stand up, exposing multiple potential unaliving, pew-pews as the flag is gently lowered. Interesting that the other Secret Service agents lower their heads as the perfectly timed, iconic photo is taken. Honestly, it couldn't have been scripted better. If were have been done in a studio. If it would have been done in a studio. Doesn't that look perfectly scripted? That's what I thought. Since the attempt on his life, Trump has shown no interest in investigating what really happened. He never mentions it. It's as if it never happened, except when he tells us he's taken a pew-pew for all of you. Not us, because I'm a Democrat. All right, I don't follow this, but he keeps reminding you, Blagga, DJ, and the list goes on and on. You Russian Bears, CD. He tells you all he took a pew-pew for you. That's crazy. As for Corey Compatore, he was used in the plot. Someone had to lose their life. Otherwise, it would have been much easier to claim that this was a hoax. They unalived Corey. Likely because he was truly a real-life hero. One people would rally behind and defend passionately as they should. Then to top it off, they used Corey to their benefit at the convention. To this day, his wife is begging for answers. Answers she has repeatedly been denied. Sadly, they have no more use for her. She no longer matters. If you cannot look at this story and use critical thinking skills and have at least some questions, you are the problem and you need to snap out of it, all right? And now I get to do what I came to do. See, it's amazing how a lot of these folks that voted for Donald Trump are now they're starting to say that Zeus and the Democrats, we have been right the whole time. Everything Donald J. Trump does, MAGA, it's scripted. And you continue to fall for his lies. And then you want to take it out on the Democrats. Have you no shame? Do you not understand how ridiculous you look? And this is why I say a lot of you Trump voters will not be around come midterms. And I accurately was saying that, didn't I? Wasn't I, Takesha? I said, a lot of you are not going to be here because the moment that he basically was sworn in, what did we have? We had cyber trucks blowing up. Remember that, right? We've seen the airplanes falling out of the skies. You had the floods in Kerr County. And it's just disaster after disaster. California wildfires. We're getting into wars. And he's taking your children to go lose their lives in these forever wars. Measles outbreaks, rabies, monkeypox, you name it. Every type of calamity that a society could have is literally being welcomed onto us because we have an evil person in the White House. Someone that is truly, truly under a strong demonic influence. I would actually go as far as to say he's the Antichrist, but I don't want to give him such a promotion. And to think, all of you so-called Christians, the ones they get mad at me because I use the lake of fire and I send people to hell. I have to do that because I understand you all are a bunch of hypocrites. I understand that, Jesus ran across scribes and Pharisees on the regular in the Bible. I'm not an expert at the Bible, but I remember a couple of things in there. And Jesus would run across the scribes and the Pharisees. And every time Jesus was out there, trying to help the people, they would be reasoning amongst themselves, trying to figure out a way to take Jesus down simply because the people adored Jesus, right? And you don't know that, so you just assume what Donald Trump is doing because your pastor said it's okay, right? But if you really sat down and looked at it, you would have to say Donald Trump is truly, truly a wicked person, right? How can you be friends with Jeffrey Epstein for 15 years, right? And not know anything about him? Right? That doesn't make sense. And then when we need you to actually put out the information that the law says you should be putting out about him, you refuse to do it because we know your name's all over it. And a lot of you so-called Christians, y'all want to continue to make excuses. Oh, it's the DOJ being weaponized against Donald Trump. You didn't say that about Eric Swalwell. You see what the difference? You see what the Eric Swalwell thing is showing you? Obviously, Eric Swalwell is not in the Epstein files. Okay, because boom, gotta go, boom, boom, boom. All right. What Donald Trump and Epstein did to children, and you mean nobody's going to jail? Makes absolutely no sense. And so that's why on this show, they don't like it if we talk about racism. Well, I'm going to talk about racism. They don't like it when we talk about Donald Trump being a criminal. I'm going to talk about him being a criminal. They don't like it when we talk about Donald Trump and his relationship with Jeffrey Epstein. I'm going to talk about Donald Trump and his relationship with Jeffrey Epstein. They don't like it when I warm up the lake of fire and send Donald Trump and his supporters straight to hell. Well, guess what? Ladies and gentlemen, join me in warming up the lake of fire, because once again, I've been saying this and I've maintained this for quite a while. Somebody has to go to hell, and somebody has to go to hell in this situation, this game called life, right? And all you Trump voters, let me be the first one to tell you, it's you. Ladies and gentlemen, join me in sending these demons straight to hell. Yeah.
Silence, you MAGA demon.
And you know what that is? That's a huge W, Zeus. All right, you can't make this stuff up. All right. Now let's go into where we are, ladies and gentlemen, with some of these the latest update. All right, in terms of the Trump administration, it seems that Donald Trump is facing pressure. All right, to drop the United States blockade of the Strait of Hormuz. All right, so here we go with Donald Trump once again showing us just how insane he is. All right, Iran puts a block. The Iranians, they closed the Strait of Hormuz. Donald Trump decides to use our Navy to put a block on what the Iranians are doing, and now our allies, Saudi Arabia, is saying, hey, you need to knock it off.
Blockade, as you say, now in place, and amid efforts to restart peace talks, oil and gas prices remaining high.
This morning, the US Navy blockading Iran. 16 US warships are now enforcing President Trump's order to stop all ships entering or departing Iranian ports and coastal areas. 2 tankers under US sanctions turning around as the restrictions went into effect. The Rich Starry, though, now appears to have successfully made it through the Strait of Hormuz, one of 3 ships to cross today. But now, the Wall Street Journal reporting that Saudi Arabia is reportedly warning the US that Iran may retaliate by cutting off oil transport in the Red Sea, a waterway for Saudi Arabia's oil exports.
So they want to blockade the strait, and they don't understand that Iran has range. They could go and shut down the other strait, Mandeb or whatever, however you pronounce it. But there's two ways you can shut it down. The oil coming out of the Middle East, and Iran is threatening, hey, if you put a blockade on what we're doing, we're going to go ahead and shut it down over there, which means gas prices are going to continue to go up.
This coming as it appears the US and Iran could be trying to head back to the negotiating table for another round of talks before the end of the 2-week ceasefire. Overnight, Vice President J.D. Vance, who led the failed negotiations over the weekend, insisting progress was made.
The big question from here on out is whether the Iranians will have enough flexibility, whether the Iranians will accept the critical things that we need to see in order for things to get done.
President Trump saying talks broke down over Iran's nuclear ambitions. And now he's threatening to seize Iran's highly enriched uranium one way or another.
Iran will not have a nuclear weapon, and we're going to get the dust back. We'll get it back. Either we'll get it back from them or we'll take it.
A source familiar with the negotiations telling ABC News the US has now proposed a 20-year suspension to Iran's nuclear program, rather than the permanent end the administration has insisted on earlier. According to the New York Times, Iran's countered with an offer of a 5-year suspension, though there's no word on the administration's response. Since the start of the war, the president promised this conflict would last only 4 or 5 weeks. Now, with the war entering its 7th week, a fragile ceasefire is in place as oil and gas prices remain high, with no relief in sight.
You hear that?
Well, Secretary of State Marco Rubio taking part in talks in Washington, D.C. today.
So, you heard what he just said. There's no relief in sight for us at the gas station. And this, once again, ladies and gentlemen, proves that what we've been saying about Donald Trump was right. He is not helping everyday Americans at all when it comes to actually Saving money. You know, if you go after somebody's money, you might as well be going after their livelihood, right? We got higher groceries. I'm going to continue to repeat it. We have higher grocery prices. We have record foreclosures. We got record bankruptcies. We got record early withdrawals from 401ks. You know, and you see what's happening with these so-called manufacturing jobs. They're not coming back, all right? As a matter of fact, things are getting a lot worse. You see all these factories going up in smoke? Have you all seen these factories going up in smoke? I mean, it's like every day you turn on the news, we got another natural disaster happening. And it's proof that, honestly, we're a less safer country because of Donald Trump. Americans are going to continue to suffer a lot. More in particular, all of you who voted for this man, all right? And that's why I take great pleasure in doing this. Ladies and gentlemen, once again, join me in warming up the lake of fire. Yeah, people have lost their jobs. To all you Trump supporters out there, I want to say it, and I'll say it in a way Wild Man understands. Your racism, your misogyny is actually what's causing you to suffer. Think about that. And you can lie and try to say you got black friends and you got all of this. None of us buy it. Ladies and gentlemen, join me in sending these racist, misogynist, seditionists, Epstein-like demons straight to hell. He said, right?
Silence, you MAGA demon.
W's in the chat for Big Zeus. You know, here's the thing. I get why you Trump voters. All right, W Castro, my man. Thank you. I think so. If not, oops. I get why you Trump voters are truly suffering right now, and I want you to suffer. I don't want any of you Trump voters, just like I don't want Donald Trump. I don't want him to check out, and pass away and not be held accountable in any way for what he's doing. I want all of you to actually suffer for the decisions that you've made and the inability to try to, to actually turn around and actually express true repentance. And what I mean by true repentance is you know what's wrong. You know the difference between right and wrong. All of us do. We're adults now. But yet and still, you will come to me and tell me, Zeus, you're spreading lies and you're spreading misinformation. All right, WVIP. So, and I'm going to ask again, because I hate it. W to all the gifters. Yes, thank you, Tara. I really am starting to get annoyed with this. If you truly believe that I am up here on social media lying about anything, by all means, stop hiding in the shadows. All right, because I'm not going to beg you to get up here. Absolutely not. But send a request and we'll have that conversation. But I promise you, you can't. We tried to have it with DJ. DJ came out of the woodwork yesterday. And he was, Zeus, it was a bipartisan bill for the draft. Well, yeah, but it was part of the Republicans that were actually putting that out there, all right? And it happened because of the defense authorization, all right? It wasn't like the Democrats championed that. All right, the automatic draft registration. And what has that got to do with the things that are going on right now in America? Honestly, how are you going to sit there and let him portray himself as Jesus and still support him? We're really at a point. What more does Donald Trump need to do to convince you he's a bad person? What more does he need to do? Something's wrong with you. Something is truly wrong with you. All right, we're going to open up the boxes now, ladies and gentlemen. Let's go ahead and start hearing from those of you who are brave enough to get in the box and tell the truth. Let's go.
Hey, Zeus.
Good morning, Takesha. How are you?
You know, my allergies tearing me up, man. But listen, I think the sad part about that DoorDash stunt is how old that lady is and still got to try to DoorDash to make it in this economy.
You think so? Wow.
So, I mean, you trying to make it seem like something positive because she told me she made $10,000 in tips.
Yeah.
But the point is, why are you still working at your retirement age? Because you can't make it. So that was just ridiculous for them to even try to pull that stunt like that. It didn't make no sense, Zeus. It backfired.
Yeah.
Let me say this.
Yeah.
Just like they must be just checking IDs at the blockade on the Strait of Hormuz because China got through with no problem.
Yeah.
And China gonna keep getting through with no problem. Donald Trump and Pete Hegseth are making our military, Zeus, look so weak.
Facts.
And I am very embarrassed at the way that they have our military looking, Zeus.
Yeah.
I really am.
Yeah. W's in the chat for Takesha. Do you think that the reason they're looking weak is due to incompetence, perhaps, or or maybe
the military isn't incompetent, it's the leader and his friend.
Yeah.
Hegseth and Trump, they don't know what they doing, so it makes the military look weak.
Yeah.
They should have left people in place that knew what they were doing. And maybe, we could have negotiated. If you keep sitting the Maybelline man over there to try to negotiate, ain't that gonna happen?
No. Nothing's gonna happen. So you're saying we have not, in your opinion, accomplished any of the objectives that you would have liked to have seen the United States accomplish by starting this war, right?
First of all, I wish they hadn't went over there bothering them folk.
Yeah.
Because them folk were not
you know what they say?
bothering them.
You know what they say when you talk like that, Takesha? They say that so you want Iran to have nuclear weapons. Is that what you're saying?
Zeus, let me explain something to you. If North Korea can have them, if Russia could have them, if Israel can have them, then leave them folks alone. Who are we to tell who can have a nuclear weapon? We just think we think we the daddies and these other countries the children. We got to stop thinking we can just tell other people what to do in their own country. Let's be for real. Then Donald Trump told me something.
Well, wouldn't you be scared? You'd be scared.
They can even give us the minerals or we can take them. You're not finna take that. You can't even go over there and open up a straight. You ain't finna take them folks stuff. Stop it. That tough talk is not working on nobody but MAGA. Ain't nobody believing you. Ain't nobody scared. Ain't nobody shaking. None of that. So them folks say stand Donald Trump.
Yep.
They keep making diss tracks. They keep on laughing.
Yeah.
And the song's real good, Zeus.
It is. The songs, the Lego songs, they're hitting.
I'm about to buy a box of Legos,
Yeah,
Zeus,
wow.
just because of the songs, Zeus.
Yeah.
And use me some and make me a prop
Yeah.
and come to the kingdom with a song,
Thank
Zeus.
you. Yeah, thank you. That's what I'm saying. So, but what I'm hearing you say is honestly, you don't have a problem with Iran having a nuclear weapon at all, right? Because to you, it's not that big of an issue. Is that what I'm hearing?
My thing is this, Zeus. If we ain't worried about North Korea, if we ain't worried about Russia, if we ain't worried about all the other countries that have them, why are we so up in arms about Iran? Why, Zeus?
Wow.
Let's be for real, Zeus. He ain't going over there telling Kim Jong-un to get rid of his. He ain't tell Putin to get rid of his.
Yeah.
He ain't tell Bibi to get rid of his. Come on, Zeus.
Yeah. You got a solid point. But a lot of them, I believe, they think this is a holy war, perhaps. So maybe that
not a holy war yet. Let it go.
Oh,
stop that. Y'all don't know what's going on because you don't know the Bible. You just letting your Bible is Ted Cruz and Lindsey Graham.
Yeah.
That's your Bible.
Tell them W's in the chat for Takesha. Yeah,
just cut the crap.
Yeah, I see it for what it is, and so with that being said, you just got to ask yourself: is it time for Donald J. Trump to? Do you think it's mental what he's dealing with right now, or?
I think he's off his rockers. I think he's off his rockers. Yesterday, that stunt he pulled in, telling me something, he thought he was a Red Cross doctor, was just utterly ridiculous. Because Zeus, what doctor dressed like that?
Dr. Dre.
Okay, but I'm gonna tell you, Zeus, like I told them on Handsome Liberal show yesterday. When MAGA kicked Jesus off his throne and set Trump on it, this is what you get.
Yeah.
A man who thinks they're Jesus and got the power of Jesus.
Yeah.
So this won't be the last time he posts a picture like that, Zeus. Because in Trump's mind, even though he tried to say the word God, because the Bible said, my name on their lips, but their hearts are far from me.
Facts.
He thinks he's God.
Yeah.
I promise you, he really do. And MAGA has made him think he's God because they have turned their faith from being in.
Where'd you go?
They turn their
Oh.
faith from being in Christ to being in Trump.
Yep.
And that's the issue right there. And that's why God stepped to the side and said, well, I'm going to give you what you want, but this ain't going to be what you need.
Yeah.
But you're going to be begging to come back to me for too long.
Yeah.
And that's all we going through, Zeus.
Amen.
They got to beg their way back to Christ because they done got on their knees for Donald Trump with no Vaseline.
Oh,
all right, Zeus, you have a great day.
Oh, W's in the chat. For Takesha, no lies detected. All right. Oh, I see you, wild man. I see you decided to come in here and be a man. You need to stop letting your child fight your battles. All right. And you need to quit running into your own little safety space. And you need to continue to listen to me minister to your dark soul. You are the problem. You're the reason that this country is going in the wrong direction. Because you cannot handle honesty. You live in a world of lies. And you're not the only one. You're not special. But it's the mentality. You can't handle any kind of truth. You can't handle any type of feedback. Yeah. And you know what I did? When I totally annihilated him, I obliterated him, he had to go take several smoke breaks. Disgusting person. Stick. Good morning, Stick the Ruler.
How you doing, Zeus?
I'm doing all right. How about you?
I'm making it through this Trump mayhem. I know that you're a music connoisseur, right? Have you heard the new one about if Obama did it?
Oh, I did hear that.
Oh man, you got to make that part of the regiment. You got to put that in and let it bump out.
Yeah,
it's kind of long.
I heard it. I give it to you, but yeah, it was a good song. If Obama did it.
Yeah. So at this point, I'm getting DMs about Antichrist. I'm getting videos about things that could happen to Donald Trump, like Caesar-like, if that makes any sense.
Yeah. Brutus.
There's so many AI videos depicting his demise, and I really have to say I believe that the Caesar sounds more like it. It really does.
So you believe that someone on the inside is going to ultimately cause the demise of Trump? That's the best.
TikTok friendly. Yes, that's the best way to put it. I believe that MAGA will implode on itself. I believe that exactly, and I believe that Trump is the catalyst to just make everything go bonkers and haywire. When you can get up on national TV. Oh, by the way, I heard that he got ambushed because he was receiving some food.
Who did? Trump?
And that's how, he got ambushed receiving some food.
Really?
From like a DoorDash or Uber Eats or something like that.
Yeah.
And that's how they got the sound bite to where they asked him about what was he trying to do with that picture. You remember he said that I was supposed to be a doctor.
Yeah. I remember that in the interview. Yeah, so he said he was ambushed.
Yeah, he was in the sense. Look, so
you can't make this stuff up.
Okay, so
I remember
this
the clip.
Is the picture.
Yeah.
Yes. So the picture is the person at the door holding the bag with his food. I think it was McDonald's.
It was McDonald's. Two big
him
ones.
opening the door slightly to the right. It says Oval Office.
Yeah.
Now, so I heard they're labeling things because he doesn't, know sometimes where he's at. That's rumor, but it sounds
but he has his hands
about
on
right.
He actually has his hands on the nuclear codes though.
Yeah, exactly.
Sad.
So this, I hate to, put it gloomy and all of that stuff, but this is where you're at, MAGA. This is the guy. I feel like it was a photo op. maybe. Because I think I just heard you say there was an elderly lady still doing DoorDash and stuff or something, and she got 10 grand in tips.
Yeah, she did.
I don't know if this was the same lady or not. I really don't.
Well, she's been around.
I don't know if this.
She's done. I think she's been around. She's done other little stunts for Trump, so I'm pretty sure it is.
Yeah. And so somebody in the comments is saying right now, CJ is saying it was staged. I agree. It was weird to me that the people are there ready to take the photo. The DoorDash person or Uber Eats person is already on the property. It's just so bizarre and weird that we got him receiving a delivery on film / pictures, all sorts of stuff, even with the Oval Office sign in gold trimming in the picture. It was exactly a farce. Yeah. And it was staged. But again, not trying to get up here and be a downer, I do see Donald Trump really, I don't think he's going to do his term.
You don't think he's going to do his term? Well,
no. Whether health reasons or MAGA reasons, I don't think he's going to. Yeah, I don't think so.
Well,
but that's just me.
Okay, well, to eat, maybe from your lips to God's ears, But what I do want, honestly, Stick, is I want to make sure that when it's all done, we don't have to deal with this problem again. And so I'm watching the soul of the supporters start to snap. The wheel of them, it's snapping, but I think it's going to have to get a lot worse. It's going to have to get a lot worse before they end up actually realizing that they basically started worshiping their so-called golden calf. This is the golden calf that they've been fearing, but they didn't. Now they found out they're actually worshiping them. So that's my take on it, but we'll see how it goes. All right, brother?
Yes, sir. And last thing, Zeus, that depiction that he had going on, I don't know why he got up there with that big bold-faced lie and said he was a doctor. Doctors don't have glowing hands. Doctors don't have angels in the back and souls of soldiers that have lost their lives. Doctors don't have people kneeling next to the bed on the left-hand side with praying hands. Doctors, none of that.
None of that.
So let's stop the bull. Let's get real. Let's bring it back together. If you didn't think that Donald Trump was a liar, you just seen his first lie. And I land my plane.
There you go. There you go. W's in the chat for Stick the Ruler. No lies detected. You see that? CD, conservative Democrat. You were actually, you know what I just realized? Weren't you saying you were about to cook somebody yesterday? You sent me a weird message. I'm about to cook somebody. I think you said you were going to cook Stick the Ruler. But I don't understand. What were you going to cook them on? You got anything to offer, or are you just going to sit there and keep crying? W's in the chat for Big Zeus. Yeah. So you don't have a problem with Obama being compared to Jesus? What are you talking about, Vegas? What are you talking about, Vegas?
Good morning.
Yeah, what are you talking about?
So I'll make it short and sweet because I know people in the kingdom don't like my voice. So
well, at least you know something. I mean, that's incredible.
Yeah, I don't care.
All right, W to the chat. So she's learning. She's learned something. Wow, how did you all get that across to her so fast? That's impressive.
Oh, it's all right. It's okay. So I did a little bit of research since everybody's offended by that Trump picture. So I found.
Were you offended?
I don't think anyone, I don't care if it's Trump, Obama, Biden, should be compared to Jesus, period. No one, not even you.
Right, but I didn't ask you that. I just asked you, were you offended?
Yes, pictures like that I do find offensive.
Okay.
But here's the thing. In 2012, this is some artwork that was done about President Obama. In 2012, there was one called The Truth, where he was...
The what?
It's called The Truth is the name of the artwork. It was done in 2012. It's Obama wearing a crown of thorns. Then in 2007, there's one called The Blessing where he's wearing a white robe with red around it with a blue halo around his head. And then there's another artwork where they call him...
Can we see this? Can you show us?
I don't know how to pull that stuff up. I did look at it though.
Okay.
And then there's another piece of artwork where they label him the millennial Jesus. So if you're going to be offended by that Trump picture, then Obama wearing a crown of thorns should be offensive too.
No, I don't really see it that way.
Of course not.
Did Obama post any of these on his social media profile platforms?
I have no idea. It doesn't matter.
Well, I don't think. Actually, it does.
No, it doesn't. No, it doesn't.
So, do you think people are upset that there's random photos of Trump being portrayed as Jesus, or do you think people are upset because Trump actually posted the photo? Because anybody can do anything with a photo. I'm not gonna say like, hey, there aren't these photos of Obama doing things out there, but if people make the photo, it doesn't necessarily reflect the views of the person in the photo. You do understand?
It doesn't matter. It's called selective outrage. It's called selective outrage, which the left have all the time.
Vegas, can we listen? It's not about
called selective outrage, dude.
It's not about the left. I'm just asking, if I make a photo of you, does that mean you believe it?
I don't think Trump believes he's Jesus.
No.
At all.
I'm asking you to at least show me how you think. Explain to me your thought process, if you don't mind. If I made a photo of you and I said, I'm going to make Vegas be Jesus, and then I posted it on my social media page, what does that have to do with you?
Well, first of all, no one's going to do that.
No. Just if I did it, right? I could take a photo of you and I could do whatever I want with it and post it on my...
Well, I mean,
what does that have to do
I
with
could
you?
I could call myself a god on TikTok and banish people to hell.
Can you stay on topic?
I am on topic, but you're not going to get me in a gotcha moment. You're totally skating over the fact that Obama's been called Black Jesus. He's been called Millennial Jesus. And you guys don't have a problem with that.
Actually, you know what I have a
problem.
And
I'm not stupid, and I don't care if I'm embarrassing myself. I'm pointing out the hypocrisy that is on this app all the time. No one in your messages.
Vegas, are you here to learn, or are you just here to just
No,
talk?
I'm not going to learn anything from you guys. I'm just pointing out the fact that Obama was called Millennial Jesus.
So let me ask you this. What age were you when you stopped learning? Because at this point, I get it. You're dug in, right? I get it. You looked at that photo of Trump pretending to be Jesus, and you immediately went back to 2012 because you just couldn't call him out for what he did. Because Trump isn't responsible for his actions. Obama is somehow responsible for what Donald Trump does.
I don't think Trump should have posted that.
Okay.
But that's not the point. The point is that
why
you guys are
talking about Obama? When was the last time Obama? When was the last time Obama was the president? When was the last time?
It doesn't matter.
Vegas.
No president should have a crown of thorns on their head.
Vegas. Listen.
Period.
Vegas. When was the last time Obama was the president?
Oh, it's been a while.
Give me a number of years. How many years ago?
I don't know, dude. It's 7 a.m.
Yeah.
It's like, what was it? Trump became president in, 2017? I mean, it's been a while.
Over 10 years, right, Vegas?
Doesn't matter.
Vegas, are you still talking about any of your, I don't know, how long have you been married, but are you talking about any of the people you used to date anymore? Like, at a certain point, you got to get over this. You got to get over this, right? No one is talking about.
Well, I can say the same thing to you guys too. You got 3 years left of Trump?
No,
2.5.
Vegas. And again, I appreciate the boldness for you to get up here and reveal how uninformed you are. That's amazing.
I'm uninformed. Okay.
Yeah, I mean,
I love the selective outrage that you guys have all the time.
Vegas. My point is this: no one's talking about Barack Obama right now. All right, and if Obama didn't post it on his social media page, it really is pointless.
We don't know that he didn't do it. How do we know? So it's actually artwork. That's even worse.
So I'm glad that you admit you don't know. So then you have really nothing to talk about.
A piece of artwork displaying a man with a crown of thorns is worse than some stupid meme.
Who painted the artwork?
Go look it up. I'm not doing your research.
Do you know though? You don't got
You
to
can
tell
go
me.
look it up.
You don't got to tell me, but do you even know who's?
I gave you the names of each one of them. The one called The Truth was in 2012.
Okay.
The one called The
Vegas,
Blessing was
okay.
in 2007.
All right, Vegas.
And then there's another one called The Millennial Jesus. You don't want to talk about that because you want to bitch and complain about Trump.
No, Vegas. If you don't
That's
mind,
all you guys do every day.
Vegas. If you want to actually have a serious conversation, then okay, we can have that. But you've already said you're not trying to learn anything. You do not believe a Democrat can teach you anything at this point, right? That's where you're at mentally. Those are your words.
I could barely have conversations with you guys because you result to calling people names.
Have I called you a name yet?
You said I'm uneducated or uninformed.
I said that?
Yeah, I think you said I was uninformed.
Well, do you know the name of the people who made the artwork that you're referring to?
I didn't write that information down. I didn't think it was
okay, so then
pertinent.
you don't know. So you're not informed. So that's
I can go back and look it up,
well,
but you can look it up. You've
okay,
got a computer right in front of you.
So there's two.
You just don't want to look it up because you don't want anyone to talk bad about Obama.
No, I could care less, honestly. But you're not informed about who made the artwork, and you're not informed about whether or not Obama.
I gave you the name of it. Go look it up.
And you're not informed about whether or not Obama posted it on any of his social media, right?
It exists.
So
what difference does it make?
Are you a Christian? Because now,
I mean, I've been saved and I've been baptized, so yes, that would make me a Christian.
You're what? Oh my God! I've never heard that. When you said you've been saved. Oh.
Do you even know? Do you even know?
Vegas.
How do you become?
Vegas. No.
Zeus, how do you become a Christian? How do you become a Christian? Do you know how to become a Christian? You have to accept Jesus, the Lord and Savior, into your heart, into your life.
And you've done that.
And I've been baptized. So yes, that would make me a Christian. If anyone's blasphemous, it's you trying to send people to hell when you're not a God.
Is that it?
And you know that. You know you don't have the power. I mean, you have the power to send the people hell on a TikTok app, but in real life you don't. And that's more blasphemous than anything.
But Vegas, can I stop?
And the fact that your cult down here follows along with it makes them look blasphemous as well.
Vegas, can I say something?
Yes, you're the host.
Okay. So you still support Trump, correct?
I support Trump on some of the things that he's doing. Yes.
I didn't ask.
Yes, I agree. Yes,
okay.
I do support him on some of the stuff that he's doing. Yes.
And you're a Christian.
Okay.
All right. So we can go down this list together. What commandment has Donald Trump not broken?
Oh God, you're asking me to name the 10 commandments off my head.
No, I didn't ask you to name all 10. I'm just asking you which commandment has he not broken?
That's a good question. I don't think he's coveted thy neighbor or any of that kind of stuff. I mean, he's rich. Why would he? What would he covet?
You don't think?
No.
You've never.
I
heard
don't
the
believe thou shalt
not. You've never
thou
heard.
Shall not. I mean, we can't say the real words. Thou shalt not unalive. He's never unalived anyone.
Is that your final answer, Vegas?
I mean, we could go to past presidents too. How many of them? Because I know where you're going.
Yeah. So Vegas, I need you to think about what you just did. Right? You claim to be a Christian, and then I asked you, well, which commandments has Donald Trump not broken? And you hesitated, and now you're just.
Which commandments have you broken?
Hold on. I'm not.
We're all sinners in the eyes of the Lord. We've all sinned. We all have to stand.
Okay.
Do you not think that you're going to be judged on judgment?
So that's a huge W, Zeus.
You didn't win anything. You're going to have to stand before God and answer for all of your sins, just like I am.
So now that
you're not fucking perfect.
Now that we've established that he's basically broken all the commandments, and I'll actually go and give
that's what you said. I didn't say that.
So would you agree that he's blown up boats in the Eastern Pacific and the Caribbean region?
Yeah, and I'm okay with that.
But
he's getting rid of.
Okay, so that's unaliving. That's unaliving.
Yeah, that's not what. That's.
What about the school that he blew up? What about the school he blew up with the girls?
We don't have proof that he did that.
Yes, you do.
No, we don't.
So
what about all of the babies that are aborted every year?
We're all sinners.
Exactly.
Yeah, right? So, in other words, Vegas.
And we're all not supposed to judge people either. You do that every day on this app.
Vegas. You're going to get judged on this show once again, and I'm going to have to do it.
But not by you. God can judge me, but not by you.
You don't think I'll do it? You don't think I'll send
You're not supposed to do it.
But you know I'm going to do it, right?
Well, if you think you're God, Jesus is the only one that judges me. You can say whatever you want, and so can the kingdom.
When was the last time you had
it doesn't affect me at all.
Do you have a relationship with Jesus Christ?
Of course I do, but sometimes I backslide, which most of us do.
When was the last time you talked to Jesus?
I talk to God every day because I have a lot going on in my life that I need prayers for.
Like?
Health issues.
Okay.
I had a death in my family.
Okay, I'm sorry to hear that. I really am.
That's all right.
I really am. You see how I can actually demonstrate fruits of the Spirit? I'm a loving
person.
Well,
I actually can do that too.
No, I'm a loving person, but I'm also an honest person. And has Jesus ever told you about listening to false prophets or anything like that?
Well, that's in the Bible, of course.
Yeah. What did he say?
Beware.
Okay. And are you obeying that? He said, a lot of people, do you remember when he said a lot of people honor him with their lips, but their hearts are far from him?
So are you saying that you're a false prophet since I'm listening to you right now?
No, what I'm saying to you is you don't really have a relationship with Jesus.
You don't know my relationship with God.
I actually do. Because you can judge a tree by its fruits.
Well, I can judge you then, right?
Yeah. You can try to, right? But you got to remember.
I think it's blasphemous for you to call yourself a God.
Think about this.
And send people to hell.
Think about this, right? What you're supporting.
Everybody in here are a bunch of hypocrites.
So you want to be on the broad path to hell. I get it, Vegas. You know, I'm not going to force you to see the light, right? And this is this is what makes this an amazing conversation, right? Because I understand you truly do believe you're right, which to me is a sign of pride. And if you were a student of the Bible, you would understand what comes before a downfall. It's pride. And your pride is really what you're showing us you're having a problem with, right? You got up here and you started talking about all this other stuff, and you lack the ability to actually call what's right and what's wrong without talking about.
Hold
on, I was in the middle without bringing up everybody else's.
You're projecting.
Vegas, you lack the ability to call out what's right and wrong, and so
no, that's you.
And you don't even have self.
You're not going to win this argument of words with me.
Okay, but why interrupt me when I'm actually trying to talk to you? I'm trying to help you.
That's the demon in me coming out.
What?
Well, you call us MAGA demons.
So you just admitted you got the demon in you. I can't believe this. W Zeus.
Called a joke.
Nope. And so Vegas, this is why shows like this are honestly important. Correct. Because without shows like this, you would be really on your way to hell with gasoline draws on, and you wouldn't have any opportunity to pull out. At least you're hearing something you wouldn't normally hear.
At least you're hearing. Your hypocrisy and your selective outrage over stupid stuff.
Yeah, but yet you continue to come here. Think about that.
I don't come here every day. I was here yesterday. It was entertaining. I come in here just to troll some of the people in here, and I get muted constantly, which is funny.
Yeah. And a lot of people are.
You should be more grateful that people like me, DJ, Conservative D, Majesty come in here. We're actually probably making you money right now.
You think that's
so? Maybe I shouldn't come in here and let you just have an echo chamber of your cult members.
You think that's what this is about? You think
for some of the people on this app? Yeah, I think Takesha likes to come up here and make money because she's always talking about her Cash App. Yeah. I think it's pretty sad.
And what do you like to do on TikTok, Miss Holy?
I have conversations, troll people, laugh, joke. Not worry about stupid pictures of people.
So we should all follow your model of what TikTok etiquette is. You are the one. You're the actual example of how people should.
Yes, I'm the expert of TikTok. You should all follow me. Yes, they should all quit following you and follow me. Yes.
Okay. Anything else? Because I gotta get on. I gotta move on.
Shay. Of course, Shay has to chirp in the comments. We all love Shay.
All right.
Okay, now for the gang up. Let's go.
Vegas girl.
What, Takesha?
I'm going to say one thing. Fuck you the long way. Keep
No,
my
that's not-
name.
that is
Keep my
not very
name out your
Christian.
mouth and
That
fuck
is not
you
very
the long way,
Christian.
you dusty, musty bitch.
That's not very Christian.
Oh, did she leave? Damn. You scared her off, Takesha?
Now, Takesha, I'm going to have to pray for you for that. But, ladies and gentlemen, that's W's in the chat for Takesha. Now, Takesha, you know you ain't supposed to let the devil...
Let me tell you something.
Get her, Takesha.
You know I be joking about my cash out. Because I don't have to beg for nothing. I sit up in the house all day and cash apps come through. Not even for people just on TikTok. Don't be jealous because nobody's giving you anything. Find you somebody to play with and something to do, little girl. And I mean that.
Don't blow up her cash app. Go. Do it.
If Takesha, if we're cheerfully showing love, that's in accordance to the Bible, ain't that? Be a cheerful giver, ain't that? Oh, where'd she go? All right.
What happened to Takesha?
But good morning, Shay. Good morning. Sorry about that. We had a little speed bump on the show.
Woo, little.
A demon.
A big crazy speed bump right there.
Well, Vegas, you said you couldn't learn anything from us, so what's the point, right? She doesn't want to learn anything.
You don't want to hear anything.
And she confessed that she was a demon. Oh, I forgot to do this. Vegas girl, I forgot to do this, ladies and gentlemen. I'm so sorry. Yeah. Let's go ahead and warm up the lake of fire.
Send her.
We had an amazing breakthrough today on this show. We actually got a MAGA demon to come up here and spew out all the evil things in their heart. And then we said, well, why are you saying that? And then she literally said, because I'm a demon. You can't make this stuff up, folks. And she said it was a joke. It's not a joke. It's real. Join me in sending that demon straight to hell.
Silence, you MAGA demon.
Love you, Zeus. All right, now taking care of it.
The fake outrage.
Who's that?
Vegas girl. She's the one that's full of fake outrage, and all she's doing is she's projecting it onto us, right? Because we booted her out of our group because she was out there hanging out with a bunch of racists constantly. And we called her out on it, and she just decided to double down on it instead of figuring out why we were saying what we were saying. And we felt betrayed because she would hang out in our groups, laughing and loving it and saying, I love you and doing all this stuff. And we're like, but you're going over and hanging out and chatting it up with people that say derogatory, mean lies about each one of us and make content about each one of us. But you're in there hanging out with them, chummy and laughing it up with them. And then, yeah, exactly, Dark Dano, Two-Face. And so when we called you out on it, then you just kept doubling down like she does, right? She gets in this defensive mechanism. Her brain stops working and she doesn't really know what she's saying. And she won't own to it, right?
Yeah.
So, and she's admitted a few things in private, which I won't bring up here because it's private. And I'm not that kind of person, right?
Yeah.
But let's be real clear. That artist that depicted Obama with the thorns on his head, his name was Michael D. Antuomo, right? Okay. It's called The Truth, right? And it was to celebrate Obama's 100th day in office.
Oh.
Okay. And it was to go up in New York's Union Square to commemorate that, right?
Mm-hmm.
But guess what?
What's that?
Since she can't read the full article and she's just looking for the got yous, Michael Duomo actually canceled that after receiving thousands of angry emails about the portrait's religious overtones.
Got it.
So, yeah. So see how that works? See, they're on his own side said the religious overtones to Obama should never have been used. So the artist who had created that decided to cancel that and never posted it and never put it up.
But Obama, did he ever post it, Shay?
No, Obama never posted it, never discussed it, never emailed it to his fan club, never whatever.
Never did he ever grift with the photo?
It.
Did he ever send it in an email to grift his followers, his supporters?
Nope, never used it.
So why? I mean, again, she didn't even know Obama was president 10 years ago. It's just Obama did this to me. I mean, it's why are we even talking about Obama? We've had Obama, we've had Trump, we've had Biden, now we're on Trump. Why are we bringing up Barack Obama right now?
Yeah, why don't we bring up Clinton or Carter or Biden or JFK?
But that's what demons do. That's honestly though, Shay, I'm not shocked. That's what demons do. They reach into themselves, whatever is left, and they just bring words, some of the darkest words, some of the darkest things out of themselves. And it's like, wow, this is how you want people to see you? That's crazy.
Well, yeah, that's all it is. She's butthurt that she got blocked from our friend groups, right? Because we had to. And even like Takesha said, I defended her. So did I. I tried to stay friends with her. Because I'm like, I don't know what's going on with you, but I don't like telling people where they can and cannot go, right? I don't believe we should do that with each other. So, I'm like, okay, and she'd come back and say, I'm sorry, and let's be friends. And, and it's just this constant back and forth where she's like a little lost puppy. And she doesn't quite know where to go. So she wants to troll because then she can say, I went to Zeus's live and oh my God, I made them so mad. And they say that. And that's her whole thing. That's not BS, Vegas girl.
I mean, but do I look mad?
Did you not just message me? You do. You'll message and say, hey, I was da-da-da-das. But, it is what it is. I'm not going to say in private what we talk about, but it's true. It's what you do. And
that part, wow. It's extra.
I know. It's sad. And it just, I told her, I said, I mute you because what happens is you come in and you get the whole chat riled up and they are completely, I blocked you. Vegas girl, grow the fuck up, dude. Grow up. You act like TikTok is real life, honey, but yet you come in here saying you guys are delusional and you're looking to just complain about stuff when you're the one that comes in and trolls people.
Well,
so who's the troll?
She ain't trolling nothing but
I don't come in and troll anybody because I don't want to hear anything y'all have to say and what you're discussing. So what are you talking about? You're the only one that comes in and trolls people. And then you go and then you sit there and say, see, they're just, you can make them so angry so easily.
I'm not angry. I've actually got thick skin.
Like we're not angry.
I'm listening to it and I'm going, here we go again. No accountability. And the nation continues to suffer because instead of being able to say, hey, this guy's doing some harmful things to the country, they want to go down this is a really childish path, honestly. They want to go and bring up other things that actually have nothing to do with the situation at hand. So this is why I say a lot more people are going to lose their lives until MAGA gets out of this cult. A lot of people in the country are going to continue to suffer because they would rather watch the gas prices go to $10 a gallon than to say Donald Trump is a bad person. They would rather watch your grocery prices get to a place where you can't even afford it than to admit Donald Trump is a problem. Right. We're literally seeing this constantly. And
MAGA Queen, I'm muting you because we're not calling Kamala Harris an HO. We're not doing that.
All right, well.
We're not doing that. But anyway, real quick, so that real quick to Vegas Girl's point, we're not actually upset about the picture. It's the right that's upset about the picture. The outrage is coming from Trump supporters. Let's be real clear. We're just showing it because we've shown a few things like him as Pope and things like that. Like, is this okay to those of you that claim to be religious and claim to be Christians? Is this okay with you? And so we're pointing out the hypocrisy. We don't whine and cry. We know he's an idiot. We know he's a narcissist. That's why we didn't vote on him. That's why we don't support him. It's the right that's having the meltdown, sweetheart. So why don't you go troll your friends, right? Your fake friends on TikTok and go troll them and see, and see what they have to say. Why don't you find out who they really are, right?
Yeah.
I mean, that's what you need to be doing, not in here when we're sitting here pointing out the hypocrisy of the Trump administration and the meltdown of MAGA right now.
Yeah.
It's all over. And you know that for a fact. What's going on?
And they know whether or not they want to admit it. We've been right the entire time.
We have been right the entire time. We've been warning you about this guy for 10 years.
Yeah, if you want to continue to, smell that dirty diaper and worship him, be my guest. I'm not going to fight you. I got other things to do. But I know that it's going to really make it a lot more painful when you start, like right now, they're paying a lot more for gas. And in the back of their minds, they're saying Shay was right. Zeus was right. The Democrats are right. They're saying it to themselves. And they got to try to lie to themselves to quiet that voice. Oh, Obama. Like, that's not going to keep that little voice in your head quiet. You can bring up Joe Biden and all that, but that's still not going to quiet that voice. That voice in your mind is going to say, we're spending $10 a gallon for gas. We don't have the money. Where did it go?
Right. The economy is a lot worse than it was. And he's created it, not a pandemic.
Mm-hmm.
Like, it's crazy. And then, you talked about the DoorDash lady. That was a complete lie and setup from a woman in Arkansas. Like, are y'all okay with this?
They really
ain't. He's using, bringing in and doing these stunts and having things delivered and then this and that. And then the woman, her name is Shannon Simmons. She lives in Arkansas. There's no way she made enough money to get a $10,000 tax break on tips running DoorDash. Give me a break.
Yeah.
And that's not how the BBB works in the first place. Like, but they don't know this. That's why he knows how dumb you are. And he sets up this stage BS and you're sitting there go, oh my God, look how awesome he is.
Yeah.
Instead of looking at the fact that, so he basically is making an old woman deliver DoorDash. She's working extra jobs during his administration, his economy, while he comes out of a golden gilded White House grifting billions of dollars off of the taxpayer money, and that's supposed to be a win for the right? How is that a win?
Thank you. Well, all right,
I'm done. Love you guys.
Chat. No lies detected.
Love you guys in the kingdom.
Yeah, there you go. Yeah, listen, Vegas. I bring you up against everybody's will. I do it. And the least you could do is at least try to demonstrate you're able to be an adult and have an honest conversation about things. But whether it's you, whether it's DJ, once you start talking about things completely irrelevant to what I'm talking about, I already know that I won. Because silence is compliance. You know how this goes. So no, you got to practice learning how to have self-control. You got to practice controlling your thought process. All right? And you can think you're getting something. Oh, I'm getting in here and I'm triggering. You're not triggering us, really. It's just a lot of us are totally disgusted by the behavior. It's unacceptable. We have standards. And that's a normal way of looking at this, right? A lot of us, there's a zero tolerance policy when it comes to folks coming around lying and spreading misinformation and disinformation. If I'm asking you a yes or no question, all you have to do is simply reply with a yes or no. All these other off the focus things you're doing, as far as I'm concerned, it's another form of what they call emotional abuse, and I really don't got time for it. Zeus. Yeah, they're proving the point. You had something to say quickly?
I won't be but a second, Zeus. Let me apologize to your mom, to you, and the chat for the words that I used today. But sometimes when your guard is down, a demon will come and make you act out of character. So I'm apologizing to you. I'm not apologizing to Vegas because I meant exactly what I said. But I'm apologizing to your mom and you in the chat for the language that I used.
That's very big of you, Takesha, but we good.
And that's all.
Thank you.
Because Zeus, if you can remember, when everybody was saying they don't believe her, I kept saying, well, give her a chance, y'all. She may have changed. But then, she proved me wrong. But I just wanted to apologize to y'all for the language that I used, but not to her.
Okay.
All
right.
And I'm going to go after that.
I accept the apology. That's mighty.
All right, Zeus.
Mighty kind of you. Yeah. And that's, as much, I know that it's hard, but I'm trained at this with MAGA, all right? They're going to do this and this and this, and then they're going to try to get you to get worked up. I don't get worked up with them because the one thing that they don't want to hear is the thing you're about to say that they keep interrupting. You got to make sure you always don't, no. I'm going to make my point. I could care less about all of that. And at this point, the point we need to make, and Vegas, girl, this is why you come to this show. It's the same thing with Wild Man. I know that in the places you all are like lying to yourselves about what's really happening, right? No one there is brave enough to actually say what's really going on and to help come up with a way to at least start to find some sort of relief for the circumstances that you're currently in, right? Because the reason you're all there is because of the lies you all have been telling each other. So when a person like myself comes into the equation and I insert myself, I'm saying things that sound very far out, very theatrical, insane, and it's literally causing an emotional response, a chemical reactions in your brain. I'm unlocking the dopamine inside of your brains, and you're going, how can he say these things and not have any fear in his heart when he says it? How? And it's because I'm not being lied to. I don't go around living in a world of delusion like you. So when I say what I say and it hits, it just, unlocks what all that demonic force in your brain, you gotta come back and get another hit of it. That's what you're doing. You come back to the show to get another hit of the truth because you haven't had any of it in a long time. And I keep telling you, Trump voters, the same thing that makes you laugh, it will make you cry. It sounds entertaining and it sounds fun until one day you're out and about and you're doing what this DoorDash lady is doing now, literally being used by Donald Trump. What is she getting? A bunch of views? $11,000? Yeah, but did she just say her husband's at home dying from cancer? Think about that. She's too blind to realize that the treatment that her husband may need, the funding for it has been cut by that same person making her deliver the McDonald's through DoorDash. She's defenseless. And that's exactly how the devil wants you, defenseless, trapped by your own lies. And so keep on laughing, all right? W. Zeus.
Good morning.
Good morning.
So I'm going to start out this way. Exodus 20 and 13, thou shalt not kill. We know that Donald Trump has already done that.
Yep.
To the tunes of hundreds of thousands, if not in the millions.
Yep.
We're talking going back from COVID-19 all the way to these strikes over in Yemen, all the way to the strikes of the boats, and now in Iran.
Mm-hmm.
Exodus 20 and 14, thou shalt not commit adultery. We know that Donald Trump cheated on his first wife with his second wife with his third wife with a porn star. Thou shalt not steal. We know that Donald Trump was found guilty and his charities was found guilty from stealing money from the people of New York and from charities. Exodus 20 and 16. Thou shalt not bear false witness against thy neighbor. We know that Donald Trump does that all the time. When he says, oh, no, this person over here is supposed to do this, that, and the other, when we know all the time that he is the culprit.
Yep.
Thou shalt not covet thy neighbor's house. Thou shalt not covet thy neighbor's wife, nor his manservant, nor his maidservant, nor his ox, nor his ass. We know he coveted the ass because he's the biggest ass on earth.
Facts. Preach.
So don't tell me. So here's the thing. You asked Vegas girl, which of the 10 commandments has he not broken? The answer unequivocally, Zeus, is none of them.
W Nutty.
He has violated every single one of them. But yet these so-called jellyback Christians want to get up in here and espouse the name of Jesus. For what? For what?
Profit.
What are you gaining from it?
For profit, cash, a little coins.
Here's the deal. She wants to bring up Barack Obama. How many of you in the kingdom, including you, Zeus, how many of you in the kingdom knew about these pieces of art in the Obama administration? And if you did know about them, how many of you remembered them? That is the point. That is the point. You cannot equate an apple to an orange. Donald Trump takes this stuff and he retweets it. He retruths it, whatever his social media is called.
Facts.
Barack Obama did none of that crap. So when Donald Trump sees this stuff and he reposts it, he is saying, I agree with this. This is me. I am who I am.
Mm-hmm.
Barack Obama did not do that. One is not the same as the other.
Facts.
Vegas girl, I'm sick of you. Go sit in the corner, Goofy, and learn something.
She's just gonna take her demons and do what demons do in the corner.
And the fact that your stupidity can get people who normally don't even swear, girl, bye. Girl, bye. Takesha, you ain't got nothing to apologize for. Absolutely nothing. Yeah, stop with these fake Christians talking about, I sin every day. I sin every day. Well, you know what? The Bible tells us that we all sin and fall short of the glory of God. But what makes a saint is a sinner who fell down, but yet gets up. But not to repeat the same mistake, but to learn from the mistake. What have you learned, Vegas girl?
W's in the chat from Nettie. Somebody's listening and hearing what we're saying and getting out of this cult right now because they know we're standing up for what's right. They know that. She's not. She's on her way where I sent her, for real.
Takesha is one of the very ones that would get on to me because when Vegas girl did this whole, oh, I'm sorry, I'm one of you guys, blah, blah, blah. I was like, I don't trust her. I don't trust her. And Takesha was like, all right, Nutty, you know you got to give people. I'm like, Takesha, no, I don't trust her. I don't trust her.
Yeah.
And the fact that Vegas girl proved Takesha wrong and proved me right, I'm not relishing in that because I actually want it to be wrong.
Ain't that something?
I want it to be wrong. Because I do believe in redemption. I do believe in second chances. Do you know why I believe in it, Zeus?
Why?
Because I had to be redeemed. I had to be given second, third, fourth, fifth chances.
Me too. Living proof. That's why
I had to go through that.
But isn't there something about knowing that it's okay to go through that? That's the beginning of the process, right? Is you have to accept the fact that I got to quiet out all these other folks around me and make the personal choice for myself to want to be a better person. And that's a very difficult decision. And that's why I say the things that I say the way that I say it, because, and it sounds like you're saying it too, Nutty, if you're a person that's made that deliberate step, then you know it's possible to do, and you know you can't have any excuses.
Zeus, growth is hard. Growth is difficult. Growth is uncomfortable. But we all have to go through it. Mm-hmm. At some point, we have to grow up. I am 52 years old, Zeus. I'm 52 years old. And guess what, Zeus? I still go through growth on a daily basis. There's still things that I'm still learning today. There's still things that I'm deconstructing every day. Because why am I still deconstructing? Because I grew up in the same racist system everybody else has grown up in. There are things that I still have to go through with internal misogyny. Mm-hmm. Things that I don't even know is misogynistic because I am a man in the society and this society was built by men.
Yeah. W's in the chat for Nutty. This is honest. This is honesty. This is accountability. None of us are exempt.
So growth is very uncomfortable. What makes you a grown-ass person is when you accept that growth and you learn from it and you sit in the seat of uncomfortableness. That's what makes you grown. It's not an age, but it's your character. It's your character. It's what defines you. My granddaddy told me, son, they can take everything from you except your character. Don't allow anyone to take your character.
Thank you.
Now, I get on this app and I joke around a lot with you, but this is something that I'm passionate about. I don't joke about this. I don't joke about people depicting themselves as our savior. I don't joke
Especially
about
the
that. And if you're going to do that, at least be biblically accurate. We know Jesus wasn't a fragile white man.
Oh. Amen.
So at least if you're going to do it, be accurate.
W's in the chat for Nutty. Wow.
All right, I'm calm. I'm saying this last thing. I've descended and I'm about to land this plane. Zeus, I need you to explain to me, little brother. If we're mad about Iran closing the strait,
right?
If we're mad about that, then how is it that we've sent our military to block the straits? Isn't that
turning the nail on his head, so to speak?
I'm confused.
It literally takes the air out of the MAGA's campaign to complain about the strait being closed. The moment, and this is what Donald Trump does all the time. I always say this. Everything they cried about that Joe Biden did, Donald Trump has proven to us scientifically that they really don't have a problem with it. This is just the latest example. They only are upset because Trump told them to be upset about it. But the moment Trump snaps his fingers, they're no longer upset about it. So they never were really upset with the issue to begin with.
I'm so confused about this. Like, are we mad because Iran said, "Oh, it's closed"? Well, you know what? When you control an area or own the area, whatever you want to call it, when you are in possession of said area, guess what?
What's that?
You can open it and close it to whomever you want to. Because even though the Panama Canal doesn't sit anywhere in the United States,
right?
Who controls the Panama Canal?
We do.
Exactly. Now, is that right? Why isn't it the people of Panama?
There's a lot of paperwork involved in that, and you know how things went. But
this is what I was saying. It's that moral indignation. I think Takesha spoke on this earlier. We have to stop thinking and believing that we are the end all be all, that the United States of America, we are the granddaddy of them all. Stop it. We are just as bad, if not worse, than the people we say we hate.
Exactly. And that's accountability once again. W's in the chat for my brother Nutty.
I'm done, Bruce. Thank you for your time, brother.
Thank you. No lies detected. So as you can see, ladies and gentlemen, it's really at a point, maybe I have already reached my tolerance where I understand what MAGA wants. They want Big Zeus to get worked up. I don't get worked up anymore. I just literally do a bit of a snapshot of the moment and I go, okay, because I know what's coming for you. And trust me, I'm a very, very patient person. I didn't used to be as patient, but I understand what's coming your way. All right, W Zeus. I understand a lot of them. I tell you, they're going to be suffering more than they're already suffering real soon. Trust me. Good morning, Jim. How are you?
Good morning. How are you?
I'm doing pretty good. You?
I'm just curious. What did she call us? What did she call us when she was up here on your panel?
Cultists.
What did she call?
I know we were cultists, fake Christians,
hippopotamuses. I thought I heard
She said
because hippopotamus. I think it was hypocrite, but I think she was trying to say hippopotamuses because hippopotamuses, they look like they're slow.
Yeah,
they look kind of cute and blubbery and they can't really do much. Like but they're one of the most dangerous animals on the planet. They are.
Oh.
The only thing that beats it in death totals is the mosquito.
Oh,
yeah.
Wow. That's
so
interesting.
These folks that don't seem to comprehend when they call people names, they should probably know how dangerous they really can be, right? I mean, it's real interesting because I think Hungary just proved how dangerous democracy can be.
Oh, Jim, don't do that. It's a sore point. That's a touchy subject. W's for Jim. Jim, you shouldn't have did that, Jim. You know that's a touchy subject. Try and just don't mention it.
I just think we need to be honest with ourselves, and maybe we should change our little animal from an ass to a hippopotamus. Because I think if you're going to call us hippopotamuses, you should just know how dangerous they really are.
Yeah.
And And I'm doing it a country bumpkin accent because it sounds to me like she's got a few mosquitoes left in that brain that are just buzzing around, causing some irritation. And misery does love company, right?
Yeah.
So if you open the dictionary, her picture's going to be right there on that wrecking ball.
Oh.
Yes,
you
slamming her upside the head.
You got her crying. Oh my gosh.
Yeah, slamming right upside that head, that big ass wrecking ball. Wow. Sure is. Okay, so let's just be real too. When we're talking about things when it comes to Christianity, what is the very first commandment? Because I'm really surprised Brother Nutty forgot this one.
Go ahead and read it.
What's the very first one? Because the very first one is you shall have no other gods besides me.
No, it's not. That's not it. That's not it.
What?
That's not
Is it thou shalt not kill?
No. I'm just let me see. I think you're right.
What is it?
No, you're right. You're right. I'm just saying it. I'm just saying because they don't think that's really there.
Gotcha. I was like, oh my goodness, I forgot my grade school.
My bad. No, you're on point. But no, you're right.
To have some real Catholic guilt showing up here. I haven't been a Catholic in years.
No. I'm wrong. I was being, sarcastic about it. But yes, you're totally right.
I could even quote the scripture for you like Brother Nutty did. It's Exodus 23.
Okay.
Exodus 23.
Okay.
Yeah. So y'all might want to go read that. And while you're at it, Vegas Girl, you might want to try reading Isaiah 5:20. I've mentioned that before here on Zeus's Live because it's really important for y'all Christians. Yeah. Oh, wait. Christian nationalists. What do they call themselves? Because they're not real Christians,
They're Christian
right?
nationalists, aka
Christian
white
nationalists.
supremacists.
Which I'm pretty sure Father Beck, I believe his name is. He's a professor of theology at Manhattan University. He was interviewed last night on CNN. He really went off on these folks that call themselves Christians and talking about the attack on the Pope and how they don't understand the difference between the Pope and morality versus politicians and some bullshit that they're trying to give you right now. So let's be very clear when we're talking about this. We got to dumb it down a little bit because they don't quite read the Bible, right?
Yeah.
Nor do they walk the walk. They talk a lot, but they don't walk the walk. Because if you walk the walk of Christianity, you'd be helping immigrants, right?
Facts.
You'd be actually feeding the hungry children, not taking the morsels of food that the government tries to put on their table for like less than $3 a meal. But then they'll tell you how much we're broke in this country and can't pay your daycare, your Medicare, any of those types of things. And then they'll allow somebody like, I don't know, Kristi Noem to have a $73 million Pornhub on her plane while she's having affairs with Corey Lewandowski. Is that his name?
Yeah.
But now we kind of all feel sorry for little Kristi, don't we? Because now we know she had to get it in somewhere because her hubby wasn't giving it to her. Okay, so he was more interested in playing with his own tatas than her tatas. Let's just go there. And then we can't forget about Pete Hegseth. Where's he been now? Because he has not given a press conference in days, right?
That's true. Where is he?
I'm pretty sure they're probably having to give him some cold showers to get that bourbon off his breath because he's disappeared entirely. And I don't know, what about Cashy? Where's Cashy? Has anyone seen Cashy?
No. He posted something yesterday saying he's willing to have anyone that is a victim of Eric Swalwell's come testify.
I'm sure.
Come to the FBI. That's what he did. Can you believe it?
I'm sure. I'm sure they're willing to do that. They might want to check Pete Hegseth's closet. I'm just saying, he's got a couple of NDAs.
Yeah. This is amazing. Jim, you're being so polite about something very. It's amazing. I gotta say.
Yeah, and I wanted to talk about the Strait of Hormuz because I did this on my live, and I want everybody to understand that the Strait of Hormuz is not in the United States. I know it's really hard for you guys to comprehend this, but it really is in the Middle East. You might want to go check a map. It's really interesting. It's between Iran and Oman. It's real easy to spell and comprehend that they're not in our backyard. So if y'all can't figure out that this is not the U.S.'s business, it's literally their business, and y'all are stepping in the wrong territory because Trump thought he was going to go over there and handle this like Venezuela. Wait a minute. Let's talk about Venezuela. I know I'm jumping all over the place because that's what happens when you're dealing with Trump. Like, he's that skeeter. He's that skeeter that needs to be swatted. Didn't he try to say that he was going to become the president of Venezuela?
Yeah.
Didn't he say
Absolutely.
Okay. I was just wondering, I think
Venezuela
there might be
first.
some research. There might be some research that they have to do about a sitting president talking about being a president of a foreign country that he literally broke laws about. International maritime laws, by the way, because there is literally zero evidence of any of those boats that were boomed having any type of paraphernalia on them. And so he committed crimes against those folks too, and there was over 100.
Yeah.
Over 100 folks. And then there was the dairy farm in Ecuador
Yeah.
that he dropped a boom on, claiming that it was a drug farm. Remember when he did that?
Yeah. Yep.
That's another crime. And then, let's talk about what he's doing in Cuba right now, letting folks just unalive through starvation and not having access to oxygen or energy whatsoever. This is the Christian that these folks like to support, right?
Yeah.
And then, I don't know, let's just bring it up because, I mean, for hell, we got to talk about things like this, like boom and scroll girls. Like, if you can't figure out that you're boom and school children and they're all girls because you want to kind of claim it to be somebody else's problem, I think you're doing it because you're evil, pure evil. And that's where I'm going to refer back to Isaiah 5, what did I say, 5:20, because I know she's in here listening. I just saw her post again.
She's begging, she's begging, Jen, please stop. She's begging.
I know, it's really sad, but you brought out my countryside, and I just want you to understand that when I have to go into this voice to get you to pay attention, the real truth is hurting you, baby.
Yeah.
You need to get some pharmaceuticals, I believe, that can help you come into the light.
But you're right. Pharmaceuticals. That's funny, Jim. That is super funny because
I know there's medicines for that.
Yeah. I mean, and that's a nicer way of, because I call it a demonic force, but you went the nice route about it and said there could be a medical reason behind this.
Yeah, I think there's some things that folks need to understand. You could chew on some bark for some pain medicine. That's called salicylic acid, and that's what aspirin comes from. That's why we got to do medical research. I talk about that a lot.
Yeah.
Yes, I do. I talk about that a lot, how important it is to have medical sciences. Like that poor woman that drove all the way from Arkansas to deliver the McDonald's cold fries. Those fries must have been the coldest damn fries on the planet, but I bet you he didn't eat them because, he's afraid of eating food that people serve to him. Y'all know that, right?
Really?
He has food.
It's McDonald's, though. It's McDonald's. His go-to. That's his go-to,
I'm pretty sure he serves it to his Secret Service before he ever puts a morsel in that mouth of his. You know how that goes.
Disgusting. Yeah. I just get, you just ruined my breakfast thinking about his mouth, because you see his mouth every time he talks. It's all this white stuff. He's spitting and his teeth got all that weird stuff going on. It's just disgusting when this man talks. But you know what's so interesting? A lot of conservative women that I've ran into, like the Bears, Vegas, they would actually kiss him in the mouth.
Okay, I just threw up a little bit in my mouth.
That's what I'm saying. And they'll tell you, but they're happily married 32 years. They all do the same thing. They just love them some Donald Trump. It's the sweetest thing I've ever heard.
Yeah, when this is all said and done, I wonder how many are going to be having those little grandbabies sitting on their lap talking about how they supported Donald J. Trump. I wonder how many of those folks are going to be talking to their grandbabies, if they will be here, because so many of them have taken ivermectin, they probably be shitting out their intestines pretty soon.
Wow. Yeah, they won't admit it. They'll take it to the grave. I'm pretty sure they won't admit that they voted for the president that they knew broke every single commandment. I think there might be even a 12th commandment, 12th, 13th, 14th, and those been broken by Trump.
Not to mention the 7 deadly sins. Let's not even mention the gluttony, the wrath, the jealousy, the envy, all those things that y'all claim to understand. Everything that this man embodies. It does make you wonder, though, like when we're listening to him and we hear the insanity, like what are they hearing really? Because I think it's just cha-ching, cha-ching, cha-ching. That's what they're hearing, because they know for every lie they tell, there's probably like some percentage factor that they're getting. Yeah. I'm pretty sure there's probably some pay scale that each one of those little MAGA GOP Republicans get.
Yeah.
Some kind of payoff, because I'm pretty sure when all of this is said and done and this is studied over the next decade or two, it's going to take some time to weed it out. we're going to find some treasonous folks out there. And I hope to goodness that we don't let this go, like they did when the Confederate was out there. You remember those Confederate folks that were still trying to rear their ugly heads? I'm pretty darn sure that there's some treasonous factors happening.
Yeah.
I'm pretty darn sure.
Yeah.
Oh, Vegas girl, you don't want a piece of me, honey. You're too sad. I think you just need to go lick on a bark of a tree, baby.
Vegas girl, it's not that Jim wouldn't talk to you, but if you can't make it past Zeus, how do you think you're going to handle Jim? Right, Jim? I'm the nicer. Am I a lot nicer than a lot of other folks? Because I give people
you
grace.
Are.
Thank you.
You are. And I used to be nice until it didn't serve me, and now I'm just meaner than a hungry tick on a dog.
Yeah.
A hungry tick on a dog, right?
Yeah. Thank you.
Yeah.
So,
I'll suck the life right out of that. So let's just be real. Let's just be real. There are some folks that are going to come out of this and they're going to not only be scathed, they're going to be scorched in this world. And it's not time for us to feel sorry for him, y'all. They made this choice.
Yep.
There was a time maybe in 2016, 2017 when we could have brought folks back in the fold.
Yep.
But when we watched January 6th happen and folks still voted for him, when 140 officers that were defending the Capitol, both with Congress members on both sides, keep using their bodies to shield and protect that place, the people's place, and they still voted for that sumbitch. And then after that, Biden was in office, literally regrouping, taking back the country, passing 400 pieces of bipartisan legislation for the people of the United States, not for Joe Biden, not making billions or bragging that he's a billionaire, for the people of the United States, rebuilding our allyships, doing the actual work of a United States president. Because the office of the president of the United States is about the people, not a person. And until folks understand that, there's no point in talking to them anymore, y'all. Mm-hmm. The MAGA mentality is really about grossness. It's about grandiose thinking and harming the American people. This is their retribution tour. They're trying to harm you as Americans. He is so grotesque and the entire party is so polluted with toxins that they're literally, it sleeps out of them.
Yeah.
And that's why they had to have Tony Gonzalez literally jump on the bandwagon yesterday for his resignation to be put forward now, because they were more worried about maintaining power than protecting women that are being harmed. I mean, for goodness sakes, a young woman unalived herself because her boss was putting it to her in really sick, gross ways. And y'all ain't even talking about that, but you got a lot to talk about Eric Swalwell. You can miss me with that bullshit.
Tell him W's in the chat for Jim. No lies detected.
All right. So I'm just go ahead and let you drop me, but I just wanted to come up in this fun voice today because I wanted to have a little fun with Vegas girl so I could drop it down about 1,000 so she could comprehend what I was saying to her.
She got what you were saying. Trust me, Jim. Trust me. She doesn't want anything to do with you. She's been begging. Please let me come up. I said, well, if Jim wants to, she can. But if not, then Vegas, it's a done deal. All right. It's really a done deal.
Jim is a joke. Jim is a joke that makes you laugh every single day in your nightmare, Sweet Pea. You better keep running because that wrecking ball's coming for you, honey. Yeah. You made that choice. It's going to hit you right upside your head and knock that spirit of the demon right out you. That's what it's going to do. All y'all have it coming. It's coming for you. I told you I made you laugh, boo-boo. See that? You can't even help yourself. You got to post the very emoji I told you were going to post. Because you need help, Sweet Pea.
Thank you.
You need some St. John's wort. You need some salicylic acid. Those are real things, darling, that you need to stock up on to help with that headache you're about to have when the spirit of the demon jumps right out your body and you collapse. Because that's going to happen. And when it does, we're all going to be pushing you right back into the walls that cockroaches need to exist in.
All right, Jim. She begged me to let you up.
Say what you got to say.
I already did, sweetheart. Haven't you been listening? You have this
Why are
whole
you making
time.
fun of people from the South? Are you insinuating
Because,
that
oh,
people from the
darling,
South
this
are
is how you
stupid?
understood. See how you understood it better? Because any other time I talk to you in my real voice, Vegas girl, you can't handle the
I've
truth.
never had a conversation
You
with
can't handle the truth. Vegas, we've been on panels together for years. You just forget because you're lost in the
because
sauce.
you're unforgettable. Right?
I know I'm unforgettable.
You
Don.
just
You don't even
confirmed
know
what she
my
said,
words.
Vegas. You just confirmed
It's
what she
called
said.
sarcasm.
Oh, okay. So you don't really have anything to dispute with Jim. You just wanted to come up here and embarrass
She's
yourself.
running her mouth. She runs her mouth on the crap daily. So let her
Oh,
go ahead.
yeah.
I keep getting muted. See, that's what you guys do.
W
You
to the
mute
chat.
people.
W to the chat. Oh, she's getting muted. Oh, brown-eyed girl, you're crying. Is that one of your cheerleaders, brown-eyed girl, Vegas?
I don't even know who that is.
Hey, well, she's cheering
I
for you.
I don't need help. I don't need cheerleaders. People in here want to support me. That's up on.
You do need help.
so
You know
you're-
what you need?
What do I
need
need, Jim? Because you know me,
you
don't you?
need to understand that one,
With
you're
your
not a
Batman
Christian. One, you're not a Christian.
Thank you.
Two, you're not even a decent human being. You
Thank
voted
you.
for people to harm the country. You support them on panels with other people harming the country. You roam around here trying to find a village, and you're the idiot every single time you go into a panel. You don't even recognize that you're the problem. You can't even pick a side. You're a fence sitter. And you know what happens to people who sit on fences? They literally hit their crotch every single time because they're clumsy. They're clumsy. They get splinters in their ass. That's exactly who you
I
are.
tried to stop you from getting this. All right, Vegas.
She's not phasing me.
No.
I want her to get it all out. Let her get it all out.
No. You can't
So
handle
she doesn't have like a brain
No,
aneurysm or anything.
Vegas, listen. I'm a sensible
You would
person.
know.
I would know.
Vegas.
You would.
See, once it gets childish, Vegas, then I gotta say it's not productive, right? Now, Jim is taking time out of her busy morning to give you information to help you become a better person. You should be a little more grateful, all right? And we don't have all day to do this, all right? It's impressive you wanted to get more, but at a certain point, you need to stop. You have a serious problem.
I don't have any problems.
And I'm concerned. You shouldn't like being read to filth like this.
I haven't been read to filth. You guys keep muting my microphone.
Why
Let her run her mouth, and then I'll answer any questions she wants answered.
We don't trust you to answer questions.
First of all, I don't need you on a panel to run my mouth. I do just fine.
I know.
Thank you. We both
without
do.
your help.
Nobody
needs. Let me tell you something about the MAGA people. I don't go into your spaces because there's nothing of value in spaces with MAGA mentality.
Fact.
There's no value. You devalue the country. You devalue children. You devalue women. You devalue education. You devalue morality. You are the fucking problem in society, and you need to be extinguished and go away into the darkness where you belong, under the rocks, hiding in the caves. That's where you need to be. It is going to happen.
No, it's not.
You're turning on yourselves and eating your young. You don't even comprehend it, Vegas girl. You are done
turning
for.
on anybody.
You are done for. People like you are your own
not listening.
issue.
We're gonna get
You're
it
your
out.
own issue. You have no value to society other than to cause havoc. And then you come up here and try to throw around words like hypocrisy. You better look in the mirror, darling. You better look in the mirror.
I do every day.
You better look in the mirror because the person you're talking to is yourself every day.
Thank you.
When you can't figure out which side of the fence you're on, it's because you're lost. You might as well stand in a circle and just turn around singing Ring of Rosies.
Yes.
That's what you're doing. Ring around the
Thank you.
rosies, a pocket full of posies, ashes, ashes, we all fall down.
And that's
Do you
what
even
you're
know what that song's about? Do you even know what that song's about? There's some homework for you. Go Google that song.
Thank you. W's in the chat for Jim.
you
So Vegas, listen.
So am I allowed to speak now? Am I allowed to speak now?
Well, can I ask
To
before you
respond to
speak?
her?
Can I ask you before you speak? Honestly, why is it that when she was talking, we had to listen to you go, huh? Because to be honest, if I let you respond and then Jim starts doing that, I would say you would have a problem with it. Why can't
No,
you
I'm
just
with
have
you.
an honest? Why is everything a game at this point?
It's not.
So why be immature about it?
You're saying I'm immature when she's up here talking in a southern accent?
He didn't stutter.
Making fun of people?
I'm
I'm
not making fun of
immature?
him. That's my real accent. Darling, I was stationed in Kansas and Texas. I come with a twang and a drawl. That's why I'm so damn good at it, sweet
Yeah.
pea.
And
That's
she's
why I'm so good at it.
and she's actually responding with substance, right? We're not able to get any
Insults or
substance.
substance?
Where was the insult?
That's all she did, and you
Okay,
guys, you mute people so they can't respond. So I have to request to come up here.
Okay, no, you didn't
I've
have
been
to.
muted like almost his whole life.
Okay,
You have the floor right now, darling. You
Yeah.
have the floor right now.
Just
Say
get it out.
something of substance. Let's hear
Please.
it. Let's
Okay.
go.
So let me ask you this, Jim, since you're educated, you know everything. You can't keep your mouth shut. What are you, with all of this stuff that you do every day? I hear you. I'll give you that you're educated and you know more political stuff than I do. I don't have a problem admitting that. What is it going to accomplish? What is all of what you're doing on here going to accomplish?
You know
is it going to get a Democratic president?
Yes. Yes, 1000%. You are done.
Who's it going to be?
Shut your mouth and you'll hear the answer. See, that's the problem with MAGA people. You want to talk and say 3 words that don't make any sense without listening to the answer. You asked me a question, and I'm going to tell you
very
something.
simple, Vegas. Come on.
I'm going to give you an answer.
Yes,
that was
you
the
were.
question. The
She
question
started
was,
answering
what's it going to do? When you actually stand for something, you have the ability to recognize the intention behind people's words and deeds. Those of us who are up here fighting for democracy, those of us who actually believe in the U.S. Constitution, those of us who come from families who actually serve this nation, we know what we're fighting for. The problem with people like you is you're fighting against everything because you're willful. You're so miserable in your own abilities, your own inactivity in society, that you have to jump on bandwagons of people that claim to be billionaires that are stealing from you. You're in the same boat as every other American citizen, and you're too blind to comprehend that you're feeding the demon that's stealing the food right off of your table.
What
that
boat
you're
am I
literally
in?
stop talking. You asked a question, and I'm telling you, the fight we're in, the fight that Zeus and I do every day, that Nutty and all of us who come up here to try and give you actual facts and data based on historic events. You don't even understand the pattern that's being repeated by this administration is an old story. It's literally bad versus good. And the bad is sitting in the White House because people like you failed to research him long before he ever set foot in the White House. He was a racist then. He's a racist now. He was a predator then. He's a predator now.
I didn't vote for Trump.
The only difference is, Vegas
Can she
girl,
finish?
the only difference is
Long-winded.
now he's stealing your tax dollars to harm you personally and sell us off bit by bit to foreign dangerous countries that want to do us harm. You supported him. You supported the MAGAs that support him, and you're in these lives every day. You're the person who has to live with every single American life that's been lost and all of the migrants that serve this country with honor to put the food on your table, to work the crops, to do all the things to earn their American dream. You're the person who helped harm them. You did that.
Thank you.
Well, first of all, are you done? Or do you want to keep on? Are you done?
I think she's done.
I just want to make sure. She's very long-winded. So I
Okay.
just want to...
So are you
first
going to
of
respond
all,
to her?
Are you going to let me? So first of all, I didn't vote for Trump. I voted for Harris. But do I support him now? Yeah, I do support some of the stuff that he's doing. So I don't take responsibility for whatever you're talking about people being unalived and all that stuff. People are allowed to...
Wait,
I'm
stop
not
talking.
done. I'm not
stop talking.
done.
Stop talking. You said
not
something, and I'm going to respond to it. That's how
I'm
a dialogue
not
goes.
done.
That's how a dialogue goes. Since you kept interrupting
you
me
can
while I
long-winded.
talked,
Okay,
you
go
interrupted me, fool. So you're going to get it back because I
ahead.
meet people where they're at. If
right,
you're
go
going to
ahead,
say
bitch,
that
go.
you voted for Harris, first of all, nobody believes that. Second of all,
No
you
fucking
literally
care.
just out of your own mouth in front of 1,000 people just said, but you support him now. It's right now in this moment in time that he is literally harming American citizens. He is literally harming U.S. service members. He's literally harming allies. He's literally booming Venezuelans. He's literally harming the world. You out of your own mouth don't even realize how dumb you actually sound.
I'm not dumb at all. I do support some of the stuff that he's doing. What's more dumb and pathetic is that you come on this app every day and with all of your education and political knowledge, and you still can't get a Democrat voted in office as president.
I'm sorry, sweetie.
People
I don't know
chose
what world
Trump.
you're living in.
I'm
I
still
don't know
talking.
what world you're
People
living in.
chose
But
Trump over Harris.
Democrats are hands down taking out Republicans in places that no one thought they were going to win. The numbers are astronomical.
And you still have
and
Trump
mark
as
my
president.
words. Mark my words. It is coming tenfold for you. And
Sure.
when we study this in history, and when you're sitting there, if you have children and grandchildren, I'm going to tell you right now what's going to happen.
I don't need
You
you to
are
tell
going
me.
to have to look into the faces of those children and tell them that you supported this corrupt administration that committed acts of theft and rape and child assault and literally harmed and stole election information and literally tried to steal the voice and the votes of American citizens, all the while harming migrants and U.S. service members serving here and abroad, because they're feeding locations of our service members to Putin, which Putin is reporting to Iran. It is a known fact through our intelligence communities. So, ma'am, you can have your little indignation moment all you want. My conscience will be clear for the rest of my living days that I was on the right side of history, fighting for your children as well as mine.
Are you done? Is she done? Or does she want to preach some more? None of what she says phases me because none of what she says matters. It only matters to you guys.
Hold on, Vegas.
You're muted.
Hold on,
I didn't
Vegas.
hear
Hold
what
on,
you said.
Vegas. So, I'm not looking for you to just tell me your opinion about what she is saying. It would be nice if you could at least acknowledge whether or not the stuff she's saying is true. For instance, are you aware of the fact that Russia is supporting Iran in this war, and that our children are being sent over there, so to speak, to lose their life? Are you aware of that?
Hold on.
Oh,
My dogs are... Yeah, my dogs. They don't like you. They only started barking when you were talking. Sorry.
No,
No,
they don't
they're actually saying "Get her, Zeus. We're tired of it." That's what they're saying. I can speak that language very well. Are you listening to what Jim is saying? And is there anything you disagree with? Because when you sit here and this is what I heard. You didn't vote for Donald Trump, but you support him now, or you support some of the things
He's
that he's
president
doing.
of the United States, man.
Yeah. So
whether we like it or not, he's president. So yeah, I'm going to support him.
Okay. So what are you supporting him in? Are you supporting everything that he's doing, or is there just certain things?
I don't support everything any president does, just like I didn't support everything that Biden did.
Okay, but I wasn't asking. So none of us, Jim, did you bring up Biden at all?
No, but I'm just talking about, presidents in general. You don't support everything that the president does.
Do you support the fact that he hasn't released the Epstein files?
I think all of that stuff should be released, and it shouldn't be redacted.
So you don't support him on that?
Look, who's going to release it? His DOJ. He doesn't. I mean, they're the ones that release it.
The dogs are piping up and they're saying that you're lying.
No, my dogs are stupid. They're barking at our neighbors.
The dogs. I mean, now how insulting is it to just?
I know. Make a joke. Go ahead. I set it up for you. Go ahead. Let's get back to what we're talking about. Don't worry about my fucking dogs, man.
Somebody has to.
They're awesome. My dogs are awesome. They're downstairs barking at the window.
So here's the thing. I don't really care too much about like being a loyal person, and I'm not a blindly loyal person, right? if I tend to want to make sure that the decisions that I make are ultimately the best decisions for myself or maybe for my family, my community, and things like that. That's how I move. And what I'm concerned about here is, on one side, you didn't vote for Trump, but you're supporting him. And right now, Americans are suffering, right? You are aware of this. Yes or no? Do you agree that more Americans are suffering now under the Trump administration?
I mean, it's suffering. That's a little. I mean, is stuff expensive? Of course. It was expensive before Trump took office. Food and gas was expensive. It's continued to go up, but actually gas has gone down a little bit where I'm at. So, but I have a job. So you go to work. I'm not going to sit around here and bitch and complain like you guys do about stuff being expensive. You go to work, you make money, and you buy, you pay, you get it.
Wait a minute. Did you just say you guys bitched and complained? Wasn't it all of you MAGA supporters that were complaining about gas and eggs?
No, not me.
We have 4 years of this bitching and moaning about inflation.
I don't bitch and complain about that stuff.
None of you seem to comprehend that the thing that Biden took over was because of what Trump did while he was in office. The economy started tanking in 2019, Sweet Pea, not in 2020. It just tanked in 2020 when he let 44,000 people back into the United States through international airports in Washington, California, Texas, Florida, and New York. That's how it spread all over a first world country that has medical access, was because the stupid sitting president let them back in, all carrying the virus. So it was a fucking petri dish, you moron.
Okay.
You don't remember that? Do you not remember what we lived through when C-19?
Yeah, I remember C-19. I remember C-19.
Okay. And you can agree that by the time Biden's presidency ended, we had came out of that, and the country was on the rebound, and we had, honestly, the economy was the envy of the world. You do remember this, right? Yeah, it was sad. It was a struggle to get there, but Biden actually brought us out of a very nasty situation. And Nutty touched on it earlier. Americans were losing their lives because Donald Trump was lying to us about the dangers of C-19. You do understand that, right?
Here's the thing, though. When Biden was president, who I voted for him because I didn't like Trump. It's not because I was excited to vote for Biden. I thought he was too old. And whatever. But I remember being told presidents don't control gas prices. They don't control food prices. I didn't bitch about it then. I just went to my job, made money, and bought what I bought and paid for it. And that's what you got to do.
And
I don't sit around here. And so now you guys, I'm talking. So stop interrupting. I know you're a smart person.
You're not trying to tell me not to interrupt when you've interrupted me every single time I've spoken, Sweet Pea. So no, this is recorded. You do know that this is going to be played later.
I hope
YouTube,
it's recorded.
Right?
So you guys
it is recorded, sweetie. And you're going to have to go back and actually listen to how bad you sound.
Oh, yeah,
because
I know.
Believe
you're right.
me. I
know. You are right about
everything. Vegas girl. Believe me when I tell you this, there is going to be coming a retribution for all of you. And when that time comes, you are the one that's going to have to live with everything you've said on the internet. You are going to have to live with it. Every panel you've been on that's been recorded.
Awesome. I hope so.
Every thing that you have said is so contradictory to your reality. It's mind-boggling.
Awesome.
And the fact that you just want to hear yourself talk because you are so lonely and miserable.
Now,
I'm not.
So Vegas. And again, the problem here is you keep pretending like you're good right now.
I am good.
But you're still in the same situation we're all in.
No, not really.
So your gas prices didn't go up. Your grocery prices aren't going up. Your utility bill hasn't gone up.
Gas has kind of went down a little bit. I noticed it yesterday when I actually put gas in my car.
Is it where it was before the war started?
No, of course not.
So gas has went up.
It's went down a little bit, though.
How much did it go down?
But the gas that I use is expensive anyways. We've already had this discussion.
So Vegas.
Let me just address. Hold on. Let me just get this out of the way.
Vegas, can you stop lying and trying to tell people it's not that bad at the gas station? You're trying to convince.
It's still expensive.
Okay, so
I agree with
why would you try
but I
to
go to work, I
gaslight?
make money, and I pay for it and move on. It is what it is. You guys sit here and bitch and complain about it every day.
No. What Jim and I do every morning is
try to educate people.
Well, that's part of it.
Okay.
And as Jim pointed out, you can see through some of these special elections and the off-cycle elections that are happening. Hold on. Haven't the Democrats been performing better than expected?
I don't pay attention to the Democrats.
I rest my case.
I know they've won.
Vegas.
I
know they've won
Me
some
too, Jim.
They've won some special elections.
You don't have really
some elections.
Vegas.
Good for them.
Vegas. You really
doesn't mean anything in the grand scheme of things. But go ahead and take your victory lap.
No, it's not. It's not even a victory lap because we already had that before you came up here. The game was over. We had already won before you came up here. This was
it's easy to talk shit about someone when you mute them.
No. What we did was, and I played it your way, right? I showed you that, and Jim did as well. We can actually try to have a conversation with Trump voters, but it's really a difficult thing to do because every single time we start talking about the facts of the matter, you got your defenses up, right? Either you haven't looked into it yet, Obama, Biden, Kamala, the list goes on. It doesn't bother me, right? All of these things are going to be the things you all use to continue to insulate yourselves and to avoid being held accountable for the bad decisions. We're asking you right now to be honest with the people. It's not even about Jim and I. You're talking to over 1,000 people in here. You can't be honest about the gas prices. You have no ability to be honest about Donald Trump calling himself Jesus. You don't have the ability to call him out for all of his lies. You don't have the ability to point out the fact that, yes, he did lie to the American people during C-19. You don't have the ability to stand up to him. And to you, this is a big joke.
I've answered your questions that you've asked me.
To you, this is just one big joke. Huh?
No, I don't think it's a big joke. Look, gas and food is expensive, but guess what? You go to work.
There's no
get
but.
paid, and you deal with it. Sitting around bitching about it is not going to make the prices go down.
If you want me to,
you can't have a conversation with Jim
Vegas,
because she's rude and condescending.
Vegas. So you want people who are on a fixed income to just keep getting screwed over by high gas. Just go to work and your bills are just going to start to come down. It doesn't work that way. You do understand that? While you might on one hand maybe hold on
with real world situations. No, I'm not going to sit here and feel sorry for everybody. No, I'm not. We all have choices in life. We all choose our career. We all choose what we do.
Listen, who chose to raise the gas prices? Who in the United States? People. They only make $50,000 or less. Who making that kind of money chose to pay more when they go put gas in their car, Vegas? Like, seriously, are you that out of touch with what's happening?
I'm not out of touch with anything. We all have
answer the question.
Choose what our career's going to be. So I don't have a
lot
lot
of
sympathy
people
for
don't.
people
A lot of
who
people
didn't
don't.
want to go to college.
Listen,
who didn't want to better themselves. No, I don't have sympathy for people like that. Sorry.
So can I ask you an honest question, Vegas, with all due respect? I'm curious. You just said something that's really interesting to me. You said then they should go out and get a job and work for it, right?
No, I didn't say that.
You actually did.
Yes, no, I did.
I said you go to work, you pay your bills, and that's that.
Right. So let me ask you a question. Based on this administration, the job numbers have dropped significantly. I wonder why. Why do you think the job numbers have dropped?
I have no idea. I don't pay attention to that
because you don't pay attention to anything that impacts the American people. And so you are up here, you're throwing words around like Jim's arrogant, Jim's condescending, Jim's this. No, what you don't like, Vegas, is facts. See, that's why you guys label us as all these things that you don't like, because you can't hold a candle to the facts because you don't stay involved. You don't do anything to keep yourself informed about what's actually happening to the American people. And the job numbers are being cut because these companies are stealing our taxpayer money under this cronyism that is the Trump administration. And while they bankrupt the U.S. Treasury, and while they literally put us in harm's way by literally making us unsafer, it's women like you that come up here and think that insulting another woman because she's educated does anything for you. All it does is make everybody in this room recognize how absolutely disgusting you are, that you could put anyone else down when you have no leg to stand on, no education, and no information to actually have a debate. There's no point in talking to women like you, because you are the crutch that these men use to harm the American people. You're the person who sits idly by and literally agrees with the destruction that's happening to your country. You're the white privileged woman that literally creates the problem for every other person, because you're going to go into these panels where there are people filled with racists and misogynists, and you're going to be sitting there in your corner laughing them up and agreeing with them because you stand for nothing.
Yeah, well, I mean, you just called me a white privileged woman, so
I
mean,
sure the fuck did, and you're going to wear it for the rest of your life.
You don't even know if I'm white.
Yes, believe me, we all know.
No, you don't.
We do.
So Vegas, let me just go ahead.
You don't know where I'm from.
Vegas. Let's go ahead and put a pin in it. Are you black?
No. I never said I was.
Well, what do you identify as?
Foolish.
Yes, foolish. That's what I identify as. That's what's on my birth certificate, foolish. I mean, what I find funny is that it's okay for Jim, because I hear her all the time in your app, always insulting people. So it's okay for her to insult people.
I want you to
interrupt,
not even real quick, because I want to say this, because I'm going to defend myself.
I have to say,
it's really funny because I come up here every single day to give facts, data, and statistics. I don't insult anybody until somebody insults me. And believe me, let me tell you what I've learned about this app. Let me tell you what I've learned about this app. I used to come on and I used to try and teach people about COVID, because I was a COVID investigator for 2 years trying to save lives. For everybody in here who wants to learn about what happened to law enforcement in this country during COVID because they made it political, go to the Officer Down Memorial page. I want you to Officer Down Memorial page, and I want you to specifically look at red states and the number of law enforcement officers in every category who died because of COVID-19, because of this administration who literally politicized it. So these officers did not social distance. They did not listen to any of the regulations or the resources available to them, and they took it home to their families, and their families became sick. And I spent 2 years trying to inform law enforcement of the dangers they were putting themselves, their communities, and their families in, and they didn't listen. And thousands of them have succumbed in the line of duty. It is the largest loss of life in history in the line of duty for law enforcement in every category: probation, parole, corrections, CBP, and ICE, and your regular sheriffs and police officers. So please miss me with your condemnation, because you know nothing about what I did. And the other part of my job, Sweet Pea, was staff suicide awareness and prevention to save the lives of law enforcement and military personnel. So you don't get to judge me, because I walk the walk every single day. And when I wasn't doing that, I was literally doing crisis counseling for SA victims. And I was literally helping as a peer support administrator in law enforcement to protect the lives of the people who were literally scooping people off of car accidents and pulling out bodies in forest fires. That was my job. So when you can come up here and talk to me about what you did for society, then we'll have a conversation. Until then, you can sit all the way the fuck down, because you don't hold any candle to me, sweetie, ever. You never will.
Oh, your resume is very impressive. It's not getting you anywhere, but okay.
No. Stop, please.
You're not good at picking out candidates.
Your main complaint, Vegas. Your main complaint.
My candidate's won.
And I think this, Vegas, you said your main complaint was you don't think these lives that myself and Jim do, or any of these other people are doing, have any impact. And what Jim called out, and what Jim is pointing out to you, whether you agree with it or not, right, is it actually is. And I'm okay with you getting the answer wrong on the test and failing the class. Do you understand that about me? I don't want to waste any of my time trying to convince you basically that 1 + 1 = 2. So you can disagree all you want, but it doesn't really change anything. And a lot of people who listen to this show and get up here and they contribute, we recognize, yes, there is a shift taking place in terms of the United States and the culture. You do get that, and you're just going to be left out. And you're doubling down. You're doubling down on basically what a lot of us view are evil things. You're doubling down on ignorance, incompetence, right? Which includes Donald Trump lying, which includes crimes, right? And we're all watching you do this. And we're going to be able to make our own decisions about how we're going to, deal with it, right? And here's the thing. Here's the thing. No amount of money that you make can actually save you in terms of your soul, so to speak, if you believe in that. You are aware of that, right? And so what's interesting is...
Well, you're not in charge of my soul.
Right, but what's interesting is the alliances. What's interesting is that... So what's interesting is like there's these unique alliances that are forming now. You have the Pope now kind of siding with more on the Iran side. There's a lot of Americans who actually are siding with the people in Iran. And Democrats are actually outperforming these right-wing candidates, not just in the United States, but abroad. Look at what happened to Orban, right? The prime minister in Canada, right? You're seeing a lot of people in MAGA actually say... Hungary, I'm so sorry, yeah. And you're seeing a lot of people in MAGA actually calling Donald Trump out now.
I don't think bringing up the Pope is actually a smart idea.
But my point to you is, look at all of these.
Do we want to talk about
Vegas. My point is, a lot of people are starting to realize that MAGA, which is Donald Trump, is bad in a simpler way, and they.
No, that's what you on the left say, and then you brainwash people when they come on this app to believe that.
You know what the irony is? It doesn't matter what you say to her. She's going to come back with some sarcastic comment because she has nothing. But what's funny is she again just tried to insult me and say, it doesn't matter. You pick terrible candidates. Bitch, you just said you voted for Harris too. So you know what? I guess you're in the same boat. Like I said earlier, you're dismissed.
Yeah. So Vegas, that's it.
Being brainwashed by the left kind of makes you make bad choices.
What is brainwashing? Let's go ahead and unpack that.
I don't know. You guys talk about it all the time. I'm just using the term that you guys use.
So in other words, you're just throwing words out at this point. You're just sputtering.
You've never said that people that voted for Trump are in a cult and brainwashed? When you have a cult right now, your kingdom is a cult. You may not think it is, but it is.
Do you want me to play some right-wing creators that are actually saying that the people who are still in MAGA are in a cult? You want me to play that? Or
I've heard it.
Okay, so then now that you've accepted that it's not just people on the left saying it, but it's also people on the right calling the people who are still supporting Donald Trump in a cult, could you please not say that anymore?
What? Say that you guys aren't a cult?
No, that the people on the left are saying it. A lot of people are saying it, including the people on the side you're on.
Well, the people on the right that are probably saying it are, I know who you're talking about.
No, don't make any excuses.
They're not happy with Trump right now, so they're trying to like move away from Trump.
And you just confirm.
That's their choice.
And Vegas girl, that just what your response to that confirms my point. A lot of people who are in cults are in bad relationships and they need to get out.
I'm not in a cult, so I don't know.
Yeah, of course you don't think you are.
I'm not.
None of us are surprised that you don't believe you're in a cult.
I'm not in a cult.
So what you're hearing in her voice, the flat affect and all that, this is what apathy sounds like. She has no leg to stand on no matter what it is. She's just like, it is what it is. I'm just going to accept it, keep working, keep taking my punches. It doesn't matter what we do. Yeah. Don't take action, anybody. Just accept what the old rich white men in the White House stealing your tax dollars does, because that's what we have to accept. And then we just pretend like everything's hunky-dory because that's how it is. That's literally the apathy that's in your spirit. And the fact that you keep saying, I don't care, tells us everything we know, because we know you do not care about the collective good. We know that you don't care about children. We know you don't care about the victims of Epstein and Trump. We know you do not care about any person that is harmed by this administration.
I
We
don't care
sure
about
in the
what
hell
you
know you
have to
don't care
say.
about the U.S. service members that have publicly come out that said that they were left like sitting ducks in Kuwait when they were boomed. That was a logistics crew, by the way. That logistics crew had no infantry protecting them whatsoever. They were literally set as lambs to slaughter. And you have nothing but "I don't care" coming out of your sour breath.
Never said that about any of that.
So let me read this to
You're
you.
putting word. You're putting
Vegas,
word.
Vegas,
No,
Vegas.
She tried to come for me in a
Vegas.
weak manner.
I just
So let
okay.
me
Go ahead,
answer
and then
her.
and then I'll read what I
Because
need
I don't
to
like
read.
it when people put words in my mouth. I never said I don't care about children. I never said I don't
You
care
don't care
about
about
church.
everything.
See, you're interrupting again, bitch.
Sure will, bitch.
Hey, come on now.
Jeez.
Let's stay respectful now. Don't let the devil do that to you, Vegas. You're better than that.
I'm sorry. Let me call her Sweet Pea. That's nicer. But I mean, right? So first of all, I've never said I don't care about. I mean, that's what she's calling me. So I'll call her Sweet Pea. That's nicer.
There's
than
a
that.
reason for it, and I bet you don't even know the reason. That's how toxic
Well,
you
I could
are.
also say bless your heart too. I mean,
No, don't bless my heart. Bless
Okay.
your own.
So Vegas, can I just go back and say something? And I'm just reading it. You can go Google it and get it wherever you want. But people in a
well,
cult.
let me just say something though, Zeus, because she said something.
Well, hurry
that
up
I
and
would
say it. I got other things to do this
I
morning
just said
besides
she
giving
said
you
I
this.
didn't care about
We're literally
children. I
giving
didn't
you a
care about the
counseling
truth and all that
session.
stuff.
We're
That's
literally
just not
giving you
true.
Vegas. You understand? We're literally giving you a counseling session this morning.
No, I'm
and
letting
you
you
should be
guys
more
run your mouth to
appreciative.
get it out.
Well, hurry up, please, because I got other things that I need to do.
No, go ahead. I'm done.
Okay.
I'm done.
So I want to read this to you, and I want you to not respond to it. Just take the medicine.
I'm not triggered, by the way.
Take the
but go ahead.
medicine. Take the medicine that I'm gonna give you, and then give me about a week or 2 weeks. Come back in about 2 weeks. All right. So I'm gonna read
2
this.
weeks. I can give you 2 weeks.
And I'm gonna read this to you. People in a cult generally don't understand they are in a cult. If they did, they would probably try to leave.
Okay.
You don't believe you're in a cult, so keep that in
No,
mind. Great.
I don't.
Great. It is often the only way out or after leaving that people are able to identify that the group is a cult. Key signs of a cult are isolating members from the outside world, controlling relationships within the cult. The leader has the final say on relationships with family and friends, engulfment within the cult, and usually shunning those who leave unless they stay useful in a way. Importantly, a cult also alienates fear messages with the idea that the cult is the only safe space. A cult will claim to have all the answers to all the questions forever, and those answers can only come from leadership. There are many other warning signs, but these are a few of the main ones. All right? I need
What
you to
cult
just...
am I in? If I'm in a cult, what cult am I in?
That's why I said come back in about 2 weeks.
I know. I'm asking you what you're claiming I'm in a cult. What
It
cult
went
am I in?
right over that wrecking ball.
That's why I
No,
asked
it
you.
didn't go over my head.
Yeah,
First of all,
Vegas.
you got muted for a minute because I got a phone call. But I'm trying to. I'm asking you. You're saying I'm in a cult. What cult am I in? I mean, tell
I'm
me.
gonna let you read the chat. What if the chat gives you the answer? Then that's that. All right, and
I'm
you
not
won't be
in
able.
a MAGA cult.
Thank you.
I don't think
W
supporting
to the
president-
chat. W to the chat. So
I don't
Vegas
think
girl.
supporting the president
Vegas.
or supporting some of the stuff they do means you're a cult.
Vegas. That's why I said
Your kingdom is a cult.
You don't even know what a cult is. All right, so
Yeah, I
Vegas.
do.
Vegas.
Name one person in your kingdom that has every. I'm not crashing at all.
Okay,
I'm
so-
trying to talk, and you two keep want to tag team and interrupt me because you don't like what I'm saying. There's not one time that I see you won't even let me finish.
Because you're not following
Fuck.
my instructions. I asked you to just
is
let
such
me
a
give
waste
you.
of time.
I asked you to let me say what I needed to say and come back in 2 weeks. I really don't want you to respond now. It's too
No, because
early.
you don't want to hear what I have to say.
I really don't. I just
exactly.
wanted you to read. I wanted to read what a cult was to you.
I'm not in a cult, but go ahead. Your kingdom is a cult.
And the other thing is this: you asked me what cult you were in. I refused to flat out give you the answer because I know exactly what you were going to do. You're gonna respond in a defensive way. I didn't want to deal with that, but I actually said if the chat tells you it, then that's that. The chat has already cleared it up.
Your cult.
No, the chat's already cleared it up, Vegas. And
The kingdom is a cult. That's the name of the cult, the kingdom.
Okay, great. All right, well, you know what?
And a cult has
Jim,
a leader.
are we done?
Zeus.
Jim, did we do what we needed to do this morning, Jim?
No, you did nothing. You thought
it's really funny.
You did
it's
nothing.
Really funny.
Vegas.
It's really funny that she's still talking. Like, I was on mute and she didn't even realize it for like half of the time you guys were talking.
Yeah.
But what's really interesting is, isn't it Trump that always tells you it's him alone that can do it? Mm-hmm. It's him alone that knows more than the generals. He's the one that's going to solve the economic problems. Everything that Trump has told you he was going to solve himself and his Trump supporters have told you he was going to fix has all gone in the toilet. The economy's in the toilet. The military's in the toilet.
No, they're not.
Yes, they are.
No,
they
not.
literally are, Vegas girl. You have no connection to the U.S. military. For those of us who have service members in our family,
Vegas.
No, you don't. Because
I do. I have family
that's
serving in the military.
Vegas.
No, you
Yeah,
don't.
I
I'm going to tell you don't because you don't care about the service
and you're
members.
not black, Vegas. So
You
stop.
don't speak. You don't speak about service members with any integrity.
You know what?
Vegas.
This is when you and I disengage
because
with
you can't
because
help
I do
yourself.
have family members
You
in
can't
the
help
military.
yourself.
Well, then we'll
I
talk to
do
them.
have family
help
members in the
yourself.
military.
Vegas.
So you
Vegas.
need to shut up.
You
Vegas.
can't-
Vegas.
you can't
Can you
help
just stop
yourself.
it? Because we got to wrap things up on this show.
No, she does. She's not. No, this is where I'm going to say this.
No,
I have let me
no,
speak.
no,
Let
no,
me.
no,
We got to go,
no,
Vegas. We get it. We get it. You got family members in the military. We get
No,
it.
she's not going to sit here and run her mouth and say that.
Listen.
No, just
Jim,
like
you might run
Vegas,
over a lot
Vegas,
of
come
people.
on now.
You're not going to run over
Vegas, you're
me.
crashing out,
yourself.
Vegas.
You can't
Come back.
help
I'm not
yourself. You're
afraid of
triggered.
you.
Buckle up, Vegas. Come on now. You're crashing out. You're better
Let's
than
just
this.
be honest. It's
I'm
Trump
not
better
that
than this.
literally,
You're
Trump
better
that
than this.
literally, Trump that literally
I don't
Yeah,
like
is
you're
the
looking
one
at
telling
Vegas,
them
Vegas,
that
I don't
they
like seeing you
cannot
fight. I don't
do
like seeing you
anything.
fight, Vegas. Come on, you're
They
better
can't.
than this.
They can't handle the truth.
She's a
And the
liar.
fact is
You're too
that
good for
the
this,
Trump
Vegas.
administration has literally
patronize
caused the
me.
degradation and the destruction of the United States of America to the point where even countries are warning our tourists to not come here. So we are losing tourism. We are losing economy. We are losing enlistment. Nobody wants to deal with this country anymore. He has put us in the toilet. America
true.
first, a mentality is created, an America last reality.
Not
Let
true.
me say that again for
Vegas,
you.
you're fighting
An
again. No
America
one wants to see a
first
fighter.
mentality has created an America last reality. That's literally what this administration and his supporters have created.
Thank you.
Not
That
true.
is what you have supported, and that is what has harmed every single member of
Yeah.
the U.S. service
Yeah.
that are serving here and abroad.
Yeah.
You have caused harm
Yeah.
to every last one of them
Thank you.
serving this country right now.
Thank you. Thank you. W's in the chat
Not
for
true.
Jim. W's in the chat for Jim. All right. Well, listen, I got to get up out of here. Look at the time. I'm well past my time slot. This was a bit of an intervention in a way. I know
It
there's
was not
some-
an intervention.
Hold on,
Stop.
hold on. A lot. See, there you go, interrupting me. I was in the middle of closing it out, but Vegas, you tried, you lied, and you got to get fried. W's in the chat for Jim. Come on, Jesus Christ.
Lord, that was an exorcism.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. You were about to say something?
Yeah, I was just gonna say that this was actually good for people to see because the difference between not only articulation and the ability to express what's happening in our country versus somebody who has no clue what's going on. And all of you who were throwing coins at her, I want you to recognize that you are the problem. The ones that support this type of just degradation of what's happening in our country, I want you to remember this moment because those of you who support people who say, I don't care about my neighbor, I don't care about the kids, I don't care about the economy, I don't care about the service members, I don't care what Zeus or Jem thinks, but I'm here every day because I'm so lonely and have nobody in my real life who gives anything about me other than the dogs hauling in the background. These are the people that want to make you feel like you're a part of something. So I want to remind you how gangs work. They always go after the weakest link. They find the person who is lonely and by themselves, and then they beat them into a gang.
Amen.
And then when they don't serve the gang anymore, they beat them the hell out until they
Amen.
don't have any leg to stand on.
Amen.
So everybody, pay attention. Pay attention.
W's in the chat for Jim. No lies detected. All right, ladies and gentlemen, I got to get up out of here. I'm so sorry to keep all of you here so late, I should say. But I got to get up out of here. Oh, what's that? Someone said we have a video of Vegas. Oh, Vegas, this is you? Oh, I think we found Vegas getting, what, she got pulled over? Hold on, what's this about? Vegas, is this you? I think we had a video of, should we watch this video of Vegas girl? Ladies and gentlemen. She had a, do I need to show it? Do I need to show it to you? Okay, fine, ladies and gentlemen. I think we found her. Oh, she got pulled over. I thought you said you had a nice Mercedes, Vegas. I thought you said that you had a nice Mercedes. What on earth is this? She's getting pulled over. Oh, God, please, no. Vegas. Please, ladies and gentlemen, y'all pray for Vegas girl. Please pray for her. Let me see if I can get y'all. What's going on? They say that the guy she's in the car with, too, the guy that she's in the car with just ran? What's this about?
How y'all doing?
Good, how are you?
I'm good. You got a driver's license with you?
I have my ID. I do not have my driver's license.
Okay. The reason I stopped you, the tags are expired on the car.
Yes, sir, I know. I do have insurance on
okay.
it.
Vegas. Who's that with?
It's through Progressive.
Okay, Progressive.
Uh-oh.
Hey, Mr. Roberts.
Yes, sir.
Come back here with me for a second.
All right.
And Miss Curtis,
yes, sir.
Thank you for telling me who you are this time. Last time you didn't.
What? Oh, that was you?
That was me.
That's her husband.
This is a citation for driving on a suspended license, okay?
Yes, I'm paying on that last one.
Okay.
Yeah.
Just sit tight right here. Why is he running? He doesn't even have a warrant. Hey, Curtis! Or, what's his name again? Roberts, you're good, bud! No warrant, Roberts!
Vegas.
Oh, jeez.
Lord have mercy.
Clarksville, I've got one running on foot.
What?
28.
Oh, this is wild. This is what Las Vegas looks like?
Powerful units in that direct. J21.11.
Wow.
I'm not going nowhere.
Dude, you just messed up, dude.
I'm sorry.
You just messed up. You know what I was going to do? Look at me. No, I want you to look at me. You know what I was going to do? I was going to have you drive her car. Because you got a valid license, bro.
No, I don't.
Yes, you do. Are you not David Roberts?
Yes, I am, but I ain't got a driver's license.
Yeah, you do.
Man, please
don't move for me.
Come on. Dude.
Dude, all I was going to have you do
okay, I'm sorry.
was drive her car.
Wow.
Now you're going to jail for fleeing.
Please, Lord. Man, come
Don't
on.
you please me, bro. Drop it. Bet that's meth, ain't it?
Oh.
How stupid, dude. How
Vegas,
stupid.
come on now.
Dude, I was going to let you drive the car. Why would you do that? Because of your warrant out of Russellville?
Yeah.
Did you hear me hollering at you when you were running around the building?
No, sir, I didn't.
I said, Robert, stop. I'm not taking you in for your warrant. You kept running like 2 miles an hour. I could have just walked and caught you.
Wow.
That's stupid.
It was stupid.
I'm sorry, man.
It was stupid. You have a valid license. You were about to drive that car away.
I don't see how I have a valid driver's license.
I don't see how you do either. You got 2 warrants, but you're valid. So I was going to have you drive the car.
Wow.
I'm serious.
I'm sorry. I am.
Now you're going to jail, and I didn't even check on your Pope County warrant. You're in extradition on that? I didn't even check on it.
Lord.
You know why? Because I get off at 4 o'clock. I want to go home.
Will you please?
No, I please won't.
Yo County in route, 2 units are in route.
Ladies and gentlemen, you can't make this stuff up. You really can't make this stuff up, Vegas girl. You wanna explain that? Y'all pray for Vegas girl. W's in the chat for Big Zeus. I'd hate to do that, but yeah. All right, I got to get up out of here. Y'all have a great rest of your morning. Take care and honestly, stay safe. I hope you enjoyed the show today. Seriously, we did a lot. We did a lot on this show. I hope you enjoyed it. We are out of here. Hope you enjoy. All right, see you tomorrow.